Ebashasi and answer near Bashasi and find you mean proper quem way a sefa or say a friend all over. Timumi, we'll be right back.
Baby, you choke me like blingo. You from my body like people one info. And then if I flex, they got put the dress, but I know they can't.
I don't fall in love, and I fall in deep. I can't even sleep, this is all I need. Like a calming breeze, when you kiss my cheek. Fuck up my pulse, I don't change my calls. Oh, can I get more of this FM? All this love, this kind of all over the world. I never seen a man like you. It's how you cuddle and how you hold me. Let's get away and never go back. All over the world. I never seen a man like you. It's how you cuddle and how you hold me. Let's get away and never go back. My darling, you are my baby. You are my sherry. I'm gonna follow you like merry-go-round. My darling, you are my baby. You are my sherry. I'm gonna follow you like merry-go-round.
Baby, you choke me like blingo. You from my body like people one info. And then if I flex, they got with the dress, but I know they can't. Peel your cat, make a paper perfect. I'ma just spend for your pee and no check. And if them say make a rate, you be 10 times 10. On my baby, you be 100%. Who did this gonna whip you love me like that? They no go stay with me. If they cry on your love and I'm not coming down, baby. Greatest of all time, not be like all over the world. Yeah, but for you know what they got up now. I feel sick, I'm who come me to make a cacao. Girl, all over I'm a fan now.
All over the world. I never seen a man like you. It's how you cuddle and how you hold me. Let's get away and never go back. All over the world. I never seen a man like you. It's how you cuddle and how you hold me. Let's get away and never go back. My darling, you are my baby. You are my sherry. I would follow you like merry-go-round. My darling, you are my baby. You are my sherry. I would follow you like merry-go-round.
Baby, you choke me like blingo. You from my body like people one info. And then if I flex, they got with the dress, but I know they can't.
Okay. All right, that's all over by Sefa featuring Camido Sabri. Don't call about Ponsima Eduno. And Mammy Mwaka Baby Memra Entertainment Review Jumedi. So, and a day, and there every many co-host the Aya Boani chance say, Niminiano Yade, a year and some way coso, and come my coso art in entertainment mu, Yade Bremuna, Yen share, Yen come on, I see a story at a chassis for a Pastor Lavo home. Now the story, a Nunye, a Jeffo. Minkanka crying for Mamo, the various entertainment web pages normal capture your story. And I say Pastor Love granted 2 million Ghana cedis bail pending appeal. And Accra High Court has granted a 2 million Ghana cedis bail to Pastor Hammond Love, who is currently serving 48-month jail term for stealing. The court admitted him to bail in the sum of 2 million Ghana cedis with two sureties to be justified with landed property. Pastor Love was jailed for 48 months for stealing a Toyota Highlander valued at $50,000 belonging to his childhood friend Samuel Amankwa in the year 2017. Charged with stealing, he pleaded not guilty, but was found guilty and sentenced accordingly. In granting him bail, Justice Kizita Na Kuwakwashi ordered Pastor Love to submit his passport to the court registry. It, however, explained that the passport should not have expired before November 15, 2025. Additionally, it ordered the serving convict to report to the police every Tuesday. Pastor Love, through his lawyer, Mr. Kwame Abua, filed an application for bail pending an appeal before the court. Mr. Abua said that the appeal filed for his client had a chance of succeeding and that there was an exceptional circumstances to the matter. The counsel said a look at the fact before the lower court, and the trial judge admitted that the convict used his own money to clear the vehicle, and after clearing, he informed the complainant. According to the applicant's counsel, the complainant told the accused to sell the vehicle for $50,000 and deduct charges. Me sure say story there. It is for ebi enim. Wa unim ni nyina ye Pastor Love Hammond and kanena wono na wo me fan say owade Bapa Christi ebia enu na be hu ne chiri ya na nsen bebre ba na fa no na nya titru ema we aba be yenkomodie ne se court a okopie ye efa car bia ne nyonko bi ma oyi car no de ma no ekowie chiri no achese yese car no ne nyonko no se meje me car Pastor Love fa me car mamia enu kokoye nsem bebre car no se ne na bia ne nyonko no sabe kan ne car dia yenim enu ti no odi asem koda police ekowie court na edi asem no court di asem no omubua ne se wodi for akwakoje wafa wanfa kwan papa so agi ne nyonko car wakwakoton car no omu bebi car no wo enu ti no court sentence no so onko dem 48 months no so wonti ase we court asem odi baba to ye sentence odi man wonti ase enti odi asemi ekodan say court no or ye appeal na say yamano bail enumu komono ye pese ye tie asie ye pa Philippa Atanga ya na musini eba no court nsensem reporter wonu ogina ma despite media ye ne Philippa ni komo kaka Philippa atimi kan mo akwa baba entertainment review so bi aboko de
ya me adu bi aboko
right so ma oni metie for like boamini mini metie for yentimi enya asemu ncheche mu ye da be na Pastor Love court no
Pastor Love court enra na Pastor Love ekopie mu ewo aka high court ewo justice league osema for in criminal division ewo aka high court for na lawyer for asema mo di two court ni say yenya ya asema yin that say be about bosumini na Pastor Love ye jeli ne say yonku bi ka wode man se ka wonton ka na o se mema ni ntumbiu afi o jene ka na akoye temamenti Accra Circuit Court ebu ase onkoda ifiase 48 months eno na lawyer for ejane to Accra High Court say court no omo ko ye sentence no appeal na answer na appeal no kra ebe koso no omo sre Pastor Love no ye mani bail na say yenyi mu fi aso hona ka onwo fi na afi appeal na sem no enkoto enti emra na lawyer for edi o man di sem court ni bi no ya the lawyer kan ye ne say ono eye Accra Circuit Court emra Accra Circuit Court bebu asem no kra no Accra Circuit Court ni G2 mu na so ti mu afọ ni G2 mu say Pastor Love no ono na odi ni sika ekoyi car no sa na danfo no ka kire no se onfa ni sika enkonko yi car no na oton car no $50,000 we yi onu ni sika na ode clear car no obeyi onu ni sika free mu enti echwe na dandan for no car se mane ndan ton car di bio na bibi say no ye kan se eye kono ma ni ye ana na afen so no on be se court no be ma Pastor Love bill esan se Pastor Love no yo bia Ghana hawaji bi oye sofo oye obi o we bushia na enipa bi no mo so di mu aye ready say on be gine mu as security ama Pastor Love nti ebe ya court no consider we na court no ma Pastor Love bill na no na eye prosecution no e ka say ka omo mpene omo mo asem ne say sanya ne omo ko na sha aye ma Pastor Love bill a ebe ya din say Pastor Love no be ba court se court e hwehwe na na lawyer o edit name mu ka say every time na trial no na say asem no e koso wo Accra Circuit Court no Pastor Love anye bibia na say wan dan ye bia di ai chese onu ye friend say omra court a onko intino ye hwene ma ne court justice league of them aputi omu nyina ewie ye no e no ye say obema Pastor Love bill na bela odi tu ni titu eye 2 million Ghana cedis and sureties near miensa sureties near say omo landed property enti bibiti say fie anase asase omo be sureties miensa afen so court ne sanka say eye Pastor Love onfa ne passport e ma court ni registry passport a eye valid until November 2025. November 15, 2025. And I think so every Tuesday, there Pastor Love and fan of and coach a pussy for. And the back was Ubisaya, not just say Pastor Love, she said, the money bill. Bail no conditions that account on media to Jano.
Chemu be mine, Philippa Chemu be mine because the reporter ya can see and it's a short is near you. Now you're also saying it's a short is near me and Santi. The pa any the number of shorties are caught in the case uhia. Philippa Timika.
Hello, Bakwesi.
Yeah. Na mi busa se report na kind no chese short is near you no ye mi no ana mi ensa
short is near you.
Okay.
And I say omofa landed property embassy anemu.
Okay.
And every Tuesday and court we san share say onko apoti for no fa no ho chire. Enti surety is near you say make say me ensa and the na ma no na form ye two surety.
Okay.
And I've been to every Tuesday on fan for on fan passport and so I am valid until November 2025 and fan court in registry and I've been to Sika then it is me 2 million Ghana cedis.
Okay. Meaning I am yano send you na court no unya sense say sa shorty 2 million Ghana cedis justify with landed property say be here japade be esum sa abo no uhu court honum saying unya e bia say ne ma see kon say you be able to meet this bail bond ana
oh say na na lawyer for that be omo ka court say Pastor Love wo nkofo a sure bet me stand as surety na che say omo grounds for saying that and I say omo gidi say because bail no mo ba be pe no omo nim bail a ye de ma Pastor Love. And so now omo kasa wo court no lawyer ne kasa wo court no say owo nkofo mbetumi echine mu ama no enti send no sika na de megie di e wo mse sika na so de ba megie di say ombebo mu modern ezan se Pastor Love ma court no granting the bail no application no o sha na ne nim nyina aye kama serious o che say utumu say send ya na no circuit court ho ye sentence na ne posture etie no eno ana ente sa utumu say na no
tese ne aji ana
enya se mo was reading the so me ana na no me was circuit court and now so me wa aka high court no me compare to facial expressions na me tumi aka say no na utumu say aso bi an wan hin na kakra chain ya na no ye ka say edini ko tu efia say na na ni ma ye serious na no de na ngo no eno ade utumu say na bra ni ma ye come on fine I just say utumu say send your air con bill no. You're sure so make me meet conditions.
Okay. Hold on. Na my co-host is yeah well han say so question back be person be say na fancy. Yeah.
Okay. Philippa sa ultimate nka emra asem ni pie no na asem ba ko edimu akotina yeti yen say Pastor Love try say okoji loan na odi ekoyi car no. Na emra ye toto na no e wo court a yebusa ne say bia ye ben no koji loan no company na oboy na a court for no koye o research ni ade na any system nti say no otumi kire ba bia okoji loan a or the clear sa aka na
on say ya e bo on say san sem no e fa ba bia okoji loan ye ko hwehwe mu ye hu company ko na ade no and the ni na si wa ka circuit court ni na because we nya evidence dia na say omo bi o imagine so mo ko hwehwe na ye hu traces dia ni na ka ho enoti wafo no ebu aye e ka se yemfa no ko tu efiase no na eno ane de that discussion didn't come up at all na bill bill application no and omo be kan ho asem nti eno ano it was solely on the bill say omo the bill and omo de omo no this same tuja yenti a omo so say ma Pastor Love bill la e beboa nti eno asem na eno omo kan ni omo kan na had to do with the bill application na say yeah toto no Pastor Love na no it even happened yesterday.
Okay, Philippa, you better say e wo mra wenya ma ya cheche nsemu ye da pa Philippa Tanga ya na monsinia owo courthouse no the report on Pastor Love Casey Abraying. Say no yemra studio ha na ya pam format na say emetre o madwin tili ekua nipa agine kunya sa so na Socrates Safo na afin so Tina and so aba be ka ye ho a ye ba be twetwen common Socrates yen sha se mfi ho.
Well, me ti assemble me kind well, I was shocked kakra. Me ti ni penny some that mo. We say court dia makache me say me there be am pese court mo but me nim ho ansem. Say ye be jeli obi. Na why appeal. Then ye be ka say ye nyi no. Na ye mra me di asem no fofo no. Me nti bi da. E bi omo mu nim no. E betimi a kire. Madam fo Jagapi.
Okay. So say bill wo ho yi no. Unsi e wo mu miensa. Bano emremu a.
Okay.
I think section 96 of Act 30. Ema ebem se bill ni mu miensa. Baako ye pending before trial. Before you be di wasem. Say before I be di asem no. Utimi ubisa for bill. Obinya. Then I think during the trial, so yes, ubitimi I pay bill.
That is where ABI ya chiwa 2 months and ye di asem no.
Say we say udi bone.
Say timi chi obi.
Udi bone. Police for achieve. Say within 48 hours. Say police for
say,
yes. Say yetimi ma say court e be corner fine with me. And we say brebi atwam na first part na I say crimes in be okra na there was no bill. Untimi nya bill. And I think I was after Mrenimni Martin Bebu they court about Saudi and Tiagana constitution, you know, and I called to Buas and say, well, so now we have
bill even for death
jail to me bill in
murder crime police me more bill.
So called non-bailable offenses, no. I say baby in if you want to say near account. So Senator American say bill no mumiansa. So there's also a bill pending before appeal. Say upese ye appeal. Oh yeah appeal. I was ultimately bisa for bill. Enti no NYA.
Oh okay.
So I'm saying say wo mumiansa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And na me can say abra ne Jagapi a year ni appeal no. Judge no e kan bibi me kaya inti ninka e moma redraw say onim say sentence na ya mano no say appeal no and go through they can vary the yina na wo inti no we no maybe say 48 months ya mano no nya mission say 48 months which is about 4 years
yen kan busumi na kan because uko kan un say mfie e ba no mremu un say mfie no how I dey bu ni say bi afi back enya sanity so court no kan
ya misua yen say
busumi eduanan watwe let's stick to that
but misua kakra no so say yes see amount 4 years is different from 48 months
sure
48 months 4 years into 48 months we be 48 months ne pepe but you can 4 years and you be calculating 9 months no into me bisa ne say baby odi asemu ya fei ni ya money bail no sign eluzu a
also appeal either say appeal no court no be say me fuaso near court no kan
no ya man or we need appeal
I'm
sorry
we need appeal they say ya boegu yetwem
but oluzu biemu a
oluzu and I'm saying say court no betimi aka say well asotwe no the man no sa asotwe na da so gina ho a mefua asotwe no the man me ditu
into the normal
court so ana betimi kra aka say no me kra me fi say asotwe no the man no so adodo into bi am de bi aka all those things ni nyina could come to play
into a gamble. Maybe then the number of days now where the outside the jail no yeah the back one
I imagine so I'm not speaking base but I imagine that's what is going to be.
Imagine but wait there
say 48 months and so about be trebi ofie no about be san kwan dia 48 no we be ko no asa
yeah be sha say fresh ana
say
near more balance okay your mom pay
okay all right Tina remwe na enti wo ye nkomo ehu yeah
it's been a while sana that's so critical but I'll take it from this definitely assembly by people were all over say I didn't na your money bill and kofo kra dwen say bia sebi ni dibre as a pastor no could influence, but enye no kre eyemra ena ejuma and we know say courts answer na ombe grant obi bail. They look at the nature of the offense and other circumstances or issues that are surrounding a particular way case. Stealing, me can say stealing less of a but Osha now compared to Jaga P anyway. There were grades or levels of offense emrem, if I'm right, yes, which of course some of them cry the young granted cry. And you know, for him to get a bill, so general public just understand saying she say when you need trade dim to enti ayabotre ya a passport ontimi ntu kwan ye be make sure also say obe report it to the police station tinya say ye jaina or kwa assembly atwa so and enya say ni di brebi ana mra no eye adwuma e favor obi na en favor obi okrom hanom emra no and it does about it's no respecter of the profession as a pastor. So some of these things, social media careful, especially now that the case is still in court. And that's all. As some that's all quarter. Be very careful, especially how who puts outside information surrounding us. Who knew the details of it. It's unfortunate. Say a whole pastor. A day I think we are called jail says stealing. Nimguase, and no dear, a can't clergy in it's if ye de amani bela. I think a good news for some of the pastors at least. The interest say a better addition at the swama or more ye a lady sa kind of role no as pastors. Mundi no cre. I what mudilins mu. I was set with your opposition be to say so for dear. I will say it's me Judy. I will say with me set a standard beer because follow the ordinary as suffer no as Jesus no or you'll be no odino cre. Now say oh ye pastor near the sorry on sa and now you'll be also leading for sell the more righteousness. Now say we near be to trace it to chosia and can you emma a nimguasiama clergy. So yeah the nyamia so but like I said, ni hunto no cry. Yen shani for an India chin the courts and so ebe can finally the neighbor.
Okay, Tina, yeah, that's it. Tilly. Hey, Tina, Tilly, remind. Now also try watching.
Me dear, I think I've also learned something because Mr. Sonami say, now will be a ya convicted wa uchirimuno. I see then I feel yes, I grant to bill, but when I saw the appeal part, now say okay, and they're very, very normal. I see. All the same, no, only lawyer or intelligent and I dream without her, because 48, they say no, so quatibra. But of course, once the law allows, say you can appeal the matter, no, then you should take your chances because Sebe, you know, me call in some mood until me dream say 48 months there and why we could do 2 weeks, we are 1 week, we are because of son. So no, now question no me send it here. And not say if there is a chance that this thing can be overturned, I will take it. And to me, it makes a lot of sense to want to take a way out because sabi me ti hey me say na anka for krate. It is on work of 4 horse and so we say if I know one as or feel say or chance he should take it and the law allows it into na AC no. All the same, I agree say we have to follow the conversation because yeah, same be say ba na ye hunyan sa na fe with the registrar. Now you who be akosi na fe I say na amase be woman as we said these are religious leaders we expect a lot from them to whom much is given much is expected. It's say ama ye ni anko echi ama se baby emra ne da no ya fan to na say ye ni na say oh we dey akoye nyame ni party touch not my anointed sa na ye nka na asema na fe no it doesn't give hope to the average person man you feel say be obi a to me one in seven no ho asem ba ye timi enche dan fa no eni echa na ye ni echi but all the same no if he thinks so our case now obetimi a overturning na on 48 months now he should take it. The law allows it, me one day all the best to him and I'm hoping said denti a okwa appeal no nyame boa na obenya but nyame amboa na mo hwemu so na say de all ye no nyamra sem no ye ya sabi go back
Sanya na Tilly wo kasa wo case no wo kan article na ba ye na Pastor Love no lawyers ne pese o kire say ne course no nya krono sanya court pese obo ne kwa edu say wa bo krono no krono dia sanya wa ko wi ade a obi no no pese o kire say oni na down for ni hye ho say meton na me de usika ama enti onu si say no that's one of the part onu gina so a odi making the case say no ye na nya krono no boy na ye bia agreement anko said ya na omumi no ma ye den omo agree no
sense because at the end of say who could you court first now can me sure say he had lawyer no Pastor Love lawyer no he had all this information but say the prosecutor no etimi overturn na asema woka enti na sebe ne client atwiri mu no enti no say ohwe so we probably new information I think some kind story in the crowd say or new information they think it will one case nti sebe ono no lawyer ono na okasa no matter what happens to Pastor Love onko kana so this my friend no say omo yi na be say the questions lawyer na ebeka enti ohwe na owo Arsenal bi a ebe one case this time because case won lose pain enti one has a free rematch. It's a free rematch. You might as well be standing on something till the rematch. Need to know any agrone form.
Okay.
The case, what me do case? That's a clearly new judges appeal court. Who say okay, I'm part say na to say then any say ne who so na say be ye twimo mo kakra until then no there.
Okay. Yenfa san komo no entry ha na yenkona yenkwaji eye nkrato kaka ye ba betwa.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's what it is, man. Yes, sir.
what a past got it, you dey give me power, oh. Power. I know my rich come and give me ginger, oh. Ginger. You get to bring down, no be only face and tonga, oh. Tonga. Me a day for you, oh my pretty Belinda, and I go take you to Belinda. Belinda. Oh my city Belinda, holiday for you Belinda. Belinda. I can't get you off my mind. Tired yet I am, no. The way you touch me, oh my God.
Dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
Weekend. It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Live, digital, and on your smartphone. The radio is hot.
What on the jump on the other fucking
Entertainment review.
and then it's over to some entertainment. I've been another
Entertainment review.
President up on 14 I see
Entertainment review.
Down up on my man fans.
It's for yede yen komo no ebeko nanim se obehwa eye na wotwe mu no Kumasi meeting because so eye flag bearer of the new Democratic Congress eye President John Dramani Mahama any creative for awomu Kumasi ekohia enkofo bebre na eja efru podium ebema speeches ekeka nsem yenkona yenkotie eye Abeku Santana ensem a odi tudwa concerning eye issues be a creative industry nim yenti.
Music destination in Africa is Nigeria. And you be a mepamocho omo music streaming app ana. Mebusamo. But what is Nigeria for omo app be a banya omo streaming you so. Eyentro. Na say omo so omo launch music streaming app eyentro. Munti sa no mo ye Ghana Post app. Busa Uber driver ana Yango driver be say o use sa app na. Adia Google I capture the whole world satellite. Adia Google map so you use. Sana COVID by also my COVID app. Oh I know so my app. Oh I know we no mo de dada mo. Na mo so mo GD. Na mo kobo mo sam eyentro. Enko ba bia enye hwe. Eti mamu ma omo fa sa app ni dada won kan che say eye digitization. Busa wo sem fa so ben e na wo benya film. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebe bie TV channel a mo amu yesi ni nyina ye di local content ni begu so wo pese wo hwe sa channel na utua Jumedia. Yawa conference center one crime. Uo Kumasi no to me amba. Yawa dedicated TV channel ube to me ashe. Udi umomo no to yana wo hwe live. Sikano beko artists ni ho, ebeko producers ho, ebeko amomo ye no. Weni hihye pa. Yedi agu kwamu. Iti aya omo dada mo abusa say ate wo Meden menyason faso. So we have an end-to-end policy programs and ideas that is going to transform the creative art tourism sector.
We are Beku Santana and our Kasano studio hanum say ye wo appear sign or ye software engineer or no and our and sawa high and no babetching commodity efa streaming platform ni enya munti asie ye bema na kwaba na yahye ye commodity na say appear akwaba.
Thank you.
Bibi aboko de.
Nyame adu bibi.
E de nyame ase. Mejidi say wetie masabe enkomo a wodi tudwa ewo Kumasi wetie mu ye pa.
Yes.
Ye di kind no wadwen ye osen wo ho che wadwen wo ho kaka.
Okay. So first mechia wetie for nyina. Me no a good idea first. A good thing if it can be executed or implemented properly. But my question and maybe some who say why a new TV station? Because say stations no nankayawo bebre dadada and all kasano so otachi on a music streaming app bia the other side no so can say nankomo ye. Share two na the main problem and nankomo person mo solve is basically royalties, so content creators can make money off nyomo yeno. But I don't think say the only way and now the main way to fix it is to add another TV station. Because my question is what is going to be done differently or station way so I to me implementing money ewo honum dada no omunyi na omun to me the right things na be ya content no mo using owners no will get paid what they are due. So for me, I don't feel say the way to go is to have a new TV station. Yeah.
Mami Musa will say, do you know of any streaming platform via Nigeria government ewana?
I don't know of a streaming platform and government there in Nigeria. But I can cite an example of a station Nanka plan is to also have kind of a pay-per-view or subscription-based.
When you say
model.
A station, is it like a TV station and a radio?
I think that's TSTV. Yeah, and share that and yes successful, sir.
Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So say nanka yebeye fair to compare a TV station that does subscriptions or pay-per-view. I feel say a better proper match to compare. Since in that presentation Nigeria was mentioned, and we have some similarities. If there is a challenge like that and a system like that didn't succeed, it's possible say we may also have the same challenge. Looking at the fact that people will still find ways to consume what they are looking for. And coming from my background, there's this thing called torrents. Torrents has contributed to a huge fraction of piracy globally, and it's because things leak or people try to get what they are supposed to pay for free. And to say, the question will be, say, what's the plan to not release those things outside or make sure, say, people can't have access to what they are supposed to pay for?
Okay. Yeah. Now, Okasanoka say streaming platform Nigeria for operating, it didn't succeed because of certain challenges. Right. I will feel say a buy into me and succeed. What are the kind of challenges I will perceive? Say should this pay-per-view plan a year Juma and say even these streaming platforms he plans a year? What are some of the challenges I will perceive? Say a bit to me are happen.
Okay, so the first thing is payment, and people wanting to pay for what you are selling, right? So, Mejidi say if someone says say or say or yeah, BBC, there has been some level of research to say there's demand for that. However, no, me two questions biama Miss Rao, I think some years ago, no, we had TV license, right? Okay, meaning so what and out here, and if we want to do things that will get people to pay for TV, so I feel say also share how that has been accepted and how well if there's data there that shows say TV license, we won't need another TV station that's going to correct that. So the problem may not be the TV station, but how we are collecting or trying to get people to pay for what they are consuming. So for me, I don't know, but I feel say it's just not what we should do.
When you say it's just not what we should do, what exactly are you referring to? Is it the pay-per-view TV channels and access music streaming platforms? No?
Okay, so with the streaming platform, there not like we shouldn't even dream.
You mean the music streaming platforms?
We shouldn't even think about it. I
didn't hear.
Giants no more field no sudo. And okay, so I think what I have gathered is with the one that was released some weeks ago, the plan is to get people to pay around 9 CD or so, or approximately 10 CDs. It hasn't been confirmed, but I've heard say that was what they are thinking about, right? So let's now use the case now. Emma ni be necessary some be our platform, which is to make or help artists make money. Now, if you want to do this, say population war system no, it becomes a challenge. Let's also note say 10 CDs now, part of it will go into the platform. So not all 10 CDs goes out to the artist. Now on one of the biggest streaming platforms in the world, that is Spotify, you need around 250 approximately to make $1 streams.
When is 250 million streams?
No, 250. 1, 2, 3, 250. 250, not million. 250 streams to make $1. Now, this should tell you, say, you need a lot to make significant cash. Now, say, yeah, the same thing with her. Now, plan is we are limiting content, for instance. It means in Crawford A, B as our content, no, they are not interested in free. So we are even reducing our sample size smaller. And again, noting that you need a lot of people to be on the platform to make the artist significant cash. Some of these things just tell us BBI start here, it won't even be it won't be attractive enough for the artist to want to put their content there. And the consumer now if they don't really get the variety or more share. And I have also identified several things wrong platform.
Okay, you are talking about the GMX platform. Yeah. Okay, before we come to Inyamana who identify na wrong. No, I think so. One of the conversations around the year this music streaming platforms are one more propagated the ababetu jana. Say. Sa platform you omu create omu be make sure say revenue na artists ni be generating no ebe higher than the ones that we already used to, which is the Spotify, the Apple Music and all of that. No omu say revenue wo de wonyo mo ba GMX platform sika wo benya wo mu no ebe sing dia wonya no Spotify ne nyama and like you're rightly saying say you need 250 streams to be able to get $1 no ebia na GMX platform no ebe lesser ana.
Okay, so nyame komunu does to arrive at some of these values and they have not come out to disclose. So let me rather start from here. So first we have to define what a stream is. Usually ube steady utie nyuma intro no ewa kakra before the actual nyum nankasa beba, and those things are done intentionally so that you get a person to stay and listen long enough to get it to count as a play. So say your streaming platform, you should define this, that for instance a stream is a player more than 10 seconds, more than 30 seconds, more than 50 seconds. If you can tell us that That's one. Then, what? How are you going to quantify that one stream? And now be cluster no together. Say, you have to get maybe 10 streams to be counted as one, which means when you're 9, it will not translate into cash until YAT limit. There are platforms who will say, well, so 1,000 subscribers and not before you can even monetize and all. So you have to define some of these things. Then it's easy for us to appreciate what you are bringing. But I say, just promises say it can do this, but there's no should I say data to support it. It makes it even difficult for me to properly assess and also give my view. But the fact that data also tells me say doing correct enough to feel like it's something we want to do.
Okay, say data no how open so just say GMX phone no just so need accurate data I bet to me back here more and maintaining and now running this music streaming platform on Mudebe.
I think last week I indirectly spoke to them as in on a program like this, and I asked very simple questions through the host. One of the questions they say, if Omusi even artist grandfa when submitting you, in what format? And there wasn't an answer.
Who exactly did you direct this question to?
Through the host to spokesperson, Akesi, right?
Okay.
There wasn't an answer. And these are things an initial process to get the platform to work properly. So, for example, have you noticed who are some known platforms, for instance, YouTube, and these are others now? If your internet is slow, it's able to detect and serve content about to me running was high internet speed. So, for instance, if I'm on a 2G, I'm on a 3G, I'm doing fiber, based on the speed, Netflix bet me actually me. So, based on your speed, you can do an HD video, you can do a 4K, or you have to drop it, and it may even buffer. Say, and to me, I'm detecting in terms there's a sudden drop. Now, these things are made possible based on the raw format of content in Abano. So, the content in Abano is not in the right format now. To be able to render or re-render it in multiple versions a bit me running based on the speed of the consumer, then it's not going to work. And I tried this by intentionally changing my internet speed to a 2G network.
You mean you tried it with a GMX?
Yes, it didn't work. But I switched to YouTube, it was working. So some of the things I say, I don't just say them because me feel it's a mecca. I want to be very constructive about it because this is also to me a free consultation. I'm here. And because Ghana, so I think some 2 or so weeks ago, I identified very huge flaws in the app.
Okay, let's talk about those flaws. Again, from so now, we identify what platform nusuntia. And ma ujidi say into me nye juma send your mokano.
Okay, so starting from the onboarding process, which is sign up. Again, these are initial processes we yet to set up the system to behave properly. I say what we call man good training. Obenya abeye bad adult. So when I downloaded the app, first thing, because of Ejuma Miyenti, I carry devices different platforms, so like an Android device and an iOS device. So me downloaded two. So immediately, there was inconsistencies in the presentation. So the way a Nyamane show 2 devices.
You mean the display?
Yes.
Phone.
Yes,
so whether
it wasn't the same. So some of I think on the Android or so, one of them, the items were hitting the edges of the screen. On the iOS, it was perfect. I moved on to do the sign up. I entered an email address and followed the process, and I landed in the app. Miko app no. There was something wrong with how the completion of the sign up was and how I ended up in the app.
What exactly did you find wrong?
Regular person would not know this. So I decided to go back and do it again. Now, you are not supposed to be able to create an account with the same email address or same phone number multiple times. So me say anye juma.
Wait, mami nyanti ase kakra. O pese o che say o first subscription na we which is o the email any phone number now o the signing up. And I was signing up with the same email and phone.
I did it like 3 or 4 times,
and it all went through.
Yeah, now I be app now. So I realized it was there was no authentication going on, and it wasn't working at all. Because Nanke Juma was said to me, "Catch me say email we obia you see that." So after that, me who said it wasn't even doing anything. I started to play around it to even figure out more things that are wrong and I go wrong. So I use an emailer and suit a typical email format. So emails have various parts, right? You have the username and @ sign, the domain, then the extension. So I expect say, your system to pick this data, you should do validation to ensure say a matchy pattern. Then you move on to the next step where you persist, which is to store, then you verify. So that's why when you sign up onto WhatsApp and all of those, they send you codes, then you enter. Those things are not done, keke. They are done because sure say that number na account is active. I think so sense you would you won't pick people's phone numbers or email addresses and use them for stuff they're not interested in. So all of these things were not there.
Right.
And it wasn't basically doing anything. So I recorded it and passed it on so it gets to them. The good thing is, now they fixed it.
They fixed it?
Yes.
Okay. So then that means they are open for constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Mama pamfono embremu na yemi nkomonim kakra. Tina, yemfa unshas ye wo nsem bisebi ana bibia opese o clarify.
When Okasano or make Okan we identify some problems within the app, no. Right. Before we started discussion, so the chairman, I'm sure I'm saying, Obisam, I don't know what downloading our back when I'm saying, of course. But look at the publicity on the app itself, number one. And never problems are identified. It's a whole lot. It's not quite I say, yeah, Rashi put something out because we have to. That is how it looks like. And in Pepino, Adia half cooked Adia Organa, ya dear on papa. Yeah, dear, giddy, and 2 book. You need to get the right people and then do also stakeholder collaborations, any engagement to understand from these experts. Not just say, oh man, shut that and nasi and go through and share also before bringing the app up. Now, an expert will identify a whole lot. Or no pon away who you. Yeah, I'm so people say lay person or number call internet national. How do you want me to access? Or no dear, Otmi say, oh, me were different devices. It's me the way and ama. That is from an expert view. Me ordinary person na me anything about app no, and especially Ghana Hana one. Most people are still confused, even though we are in digital world. Most people are still very confused about where to do what and what to do what. And that is why still traditional media no and conforda to DH. And it's how the idea new say, but now you just don't get up. There should be training. There should be a whole lot. There should be publicity, advertisement. How I better go by it. We should see all those things in town. I've not seen one. I don't know if one will be a. Or somebody go through processes, no, you'll be in the sense and no access. If not, then it's like, be a keke, near the AGD say, digitalization, it's bibi ba, streaming up. This is what we are doing for the musicians. What at all are we pointing out? Say, benefits near, den. Of course, when Abeku mentioned Nigeria, stream, but look at where they are. And I mentioned again that traditional media, we can still know. We go to South Africa, Trace Africa, they are doing well. And it's a station solely to promote way. So Obisuka say, national television, we should use it. I think you, such a person, because we all know that national television, and solely for entertainment purposes, they use it for news and other stuff. So if a station will come, na so no de adwumadie say no be because we call India omo Hotstar. If you go to China, CCTV 9, you go to Rwanda Nansiankwa, look at what they are using television. If all these countries are mobile, na afar. Then there's possibility say the TV station no the bekanwa say nam do don sen kwan. We are looking at inclusivity. Say TV station no Ghana fana nyina etu kwan cross borders a. Enye na nanum nyina de betima access streaming platforms no say na no whether we like it or not and course ankwan you bia na betima jumping on. We still need all these things. So I am not speaking for A or B, but I am saying people cannot easily punch holes. And then again, Bibi so for bar, we should embrace it. It's not about me belonging to this party or that. It's initiative be bar. Now so Obi suggesting because it's from the other source or party. Yembon tungu. It's not a who here. Ghana any area say ebe konenim. Ade ba ebe boa ama industry no bia ho atono na edwen ho. Enti say way back can we huna say ebe boa. Let's look at that. And our mistakes so bad. You people should listen anyway. And I know say before TV station is beba no, they should also do analysis ne nyama bebre and sana almost jump into a situation like this. If you are coming solely for the creatives, let us see that when you are in power, only a gamu for how do we monetize? How do we make sure that we get everybody along? Because we want to capture the whole of the country.
Right.
They should work on the app, if you ask me. And people should also embrace new partners so they in case of our power. And also any bad thing. Don't because of political colors, no, and Bobby Bingu just at once,
okay.
Because we've seen other countries doing it and it's working.
Okay. Tili bebem, but answer na tili bebem no na me pese me kind disclaimer we kakra. Emra app ne buy na me say omo mudi kind sign here na disclaimer bi wo app ne so a tre me kind or say the musical works uploaded on this platform are for testing purposes only. These works have been made available solely to evaluate the functionality, performance, and user experience of the GMS system. I think say or say they are not intended for commercial use or public distribution during this testing phase. All rights to the content remain with respective owners, and no royalties or financial compensation will be generated or distributed during this period. Now, me kasa some way the busa says disclaimer one two way. Don't you think say they actually launched this platform? They would know the problems and our loopholes a woman or mobile correct na answer na tili bebim no.
No, you don't throw an app out for users to identify issues and come and tell you.
Okay.
When you develop apps, there are ways to kind of put in trackers, right, that monitor the app on the device or hardware it's running on. And it's a ABR Tecno su or Samsung su e betimi atwa say app we me version na mikitano ewo this particular phone su enti problem ba ho to me send this problem no over to me and me designing app no to tell me so na obi person obo e bia kwa me use nyum or me asu no error say na wenya and ebo drew hanum no say na ba enti error code credit be ba no we can look at it and tell say okay e bia device no and yet properly compatible, we have to do a fix and release in a better microphone that device will not have those bugs.
Right.
So you don't release and expect them to find some of the things I found were not like they are not things that you leave just like that because you want to test.
Would you say they are not pleasant?
To some extent, a bit to me, I could see even microphone data protection issues. Because young fan say minimum number na me pese because me pese me testing enti na my phone number dey show one verification be no more for the next minute I'm send you SMS promoting stuff you are not interested in, then you ask yourself now for way I think we've all felt like that one SMS some of these things happen because the proper process to verify who is using the number no sometimes missing enti na unya emails be and today if an SMS even lands on your phone with links in it and you don't trust it, now you can get your device hacked. It is that critical. So it's and yet BB to media this agree say nanka na me testing into my You can't leave that.
Okay. Tilly, Bremwe.
Okay. Yeah, bought GMX any movie, TV, pay-per-view common album rights. And I been a second chance, I mean chim.
Yeah, boom. Okay.
Okay, great. First off, I may say somebody who knows technology say will declare something dead on arrival, which is the GMX, because clearly no. You have spoken as an expert. Let me also talk as a user. May use other platforms are in there. Just say, Facebook of time I'm start to use here is not the same now. Instagram is not the same. Twitter, which is even now X, is not the same. There has been growth, updates, various things. Ama apps now so, and to me, I might even think say it's at its best now, but I'm sure in the next 5 years it will even be better than we expected. And to me, especially with the GMX, and you come mistakes or condemn me up ne crown a man more, because clearly you made it clear said they were open to listen to these things.
Yeah.
And on my fix a problem you even noticed. And even per they already, which is a disclaimer they issued, they were testing. They thought this thing is to test the app. So clearly they were open and they know say the app is not complete.
Right.
Or there are going to be challenges that they have to fix. Mm-hmm. And even platforms are said with their my establishment over the years sometimes they have problems. It has to shut down because it is how technology that is something Charlie it happens. And if they have agreed, and clearly even though my launch app they have, that's why the Oko app they tell you say you will be 1 or 2 be into app and you complete crash and I am into who say you will face challenges. I have told you a quite now pothole also. What you say?
Right.
So you don't go see pothole and say then they are quite any yeda. That is where it breaks my heart that somebody who knows technology and software move ebe condemn in the cry. I mean, there should be hope. Even me, Crampono, I believe that there is hope. How much more somebody that you know how these things can grow over the years and they can fix, because clearly who can so Oma fix a problem that to you was one of a big deal. They have fixed it. Pacho Bremodo you pancake.
Nyamana me hu yen. To me now say too basic to say you are testing in China with Janice. So I understand. And today, before I even came here, I worked on an update for a system. I've released it. So I'm not saying when an app is released, NASA, we fine-tune it, we look at how people are interacting, it collects data, tells you how to fine-tune. I get that. But I don't know how to explain it, but it is just a not to have a system that does authentication, and authentication doesn't work. And you said, they are open to listen.
Yeah.
I spoke on this platform, I think, with Brakwesi. When they joined the call, they denied.
Denied that
yes,
the problem I will
yes.
identify.
And I sent Brakwesi videos of what I experienced. So I was like, if I can make it, sa we na ma fixing and I say, my shadow na me here. In the studio, one of the guys here tried it and they realized exactly what or some of the things are making. So I get it that systems will grow, they will evolve and all of that. But there are things when it comes to security, if it's Nkrofo data running on Nkrofo devices, then you don't want to feel like I can leave it like that because I'm testing.
So just to chip in a little bit, are you saying protection of data when it comes to the GMX app? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I won't say that because I have not done extensive penetration tests and all of that. But there are ways to check other things could go wrong. But this is just based on the interface and an ordinary Ghanaian just picking this up and trying to use it, right? And it's missing some basic authentication features. It has to be there. I just feel I don't know what anyone, should I say, at my level will say, it is not allowed.
Okay,
yeah.
But then as you said, it is fixed now, and it is fixed, which means that whichever designer was behind it did not see that as a condemnation for the app. They have fixed it, and hopefully to keep at it, building at it gradually to the end. What you are saying, I understand where he comes from, because I mean, if an expert point of view is very different. So, app no wakoso sound new class they can quite a problem and fun no cry SMS the abadi any falasa. But you see, for an expert to also condemn something and a problem.
I don't think he
condemned
also,
it. He said it. Or say any Juma, it will not.
No.
Okay.
I'm not listening.
I heard it.
That's too.
But you can't. DMX no. You said it wasn't like. That's like it will know you condemned it right here. And I'm sorry, that's what I'm saying.
And some of those things, no, time na better.
Meba my nyanti ase kakra. So what say enye adwuma? Pediatili ken. Do you mean to say when it comes to sustaining the app and keep it running, no na enye adwuma? Na say the whole idea of the music streaming platform na enye adwuma because of DNT.
A mix. Because, for instance, I don't know how best to explain what I'm saying, because very, very technical for me. I mean, to me, can in any other way. So, someone
you have to find a way so that we understand.
Here will understand. Say, me example be but or should I say what's you fear na maybe logs I want key be to me be.
Okay.
Like you can't say. Mama uncle betina fie no mo minim se nipa bebem ba because e bia XYZ nti man sheda am yellow no ye nti na obi aba na obi no na bi. That is basically what it looks like.
Okay. But then do you think that's enough to say app no enye juma kra na say
so I
feel say sustainable?
Okay, so I cited examples like how much we are saying say a be charge per a subscriber, which I said say enya confirm, but that value no compared to what other platforms no you need to gather to make should I say
a substantial
significant
amount
cash,
of money, right?
Sample size no is important in that if we are limiting the range of content a bit to me, of course, basically we are also taking out those that are interested in what we don't have there out of the system. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I spoke about how the streaming experience is like if I should switch from one internet speed to the other. Experience is critical. And if you are promising, say, you make people money, recommendations won't hear. And the longer I stay on the platform, the more money you make. So if the bare fact say my internet is stable into, I cannot enjoy the platform and I can switch on the same network and get a better experience. I don't know how I met me I can wait to make it make any sense. But I'm just saying, say, the thing that is affecting this platform works fine on the next.
Okay.
So I can switch. Yeah.
Okay, it's me more dear. I mean, once you talked about sustainability, then you say at least it's me deny for some time, and I be how to keep it going, you know. And I be a conversation that we should have, and I was hoping that would be where your conversation would have probably lied on, because we expect like right. I don't want to say anything about you know what you're talking about, what you say, and you know when I watch share up no in and out, I say okay, it be a way anyway, you know, emanent check, but I was hoping say you will not. And to my cross, I don't know. I had a challenge with this thing could be the best thing that happened to the industry in the next 5 years. Because ABA they could really pay them more than Spotify, more than Apple, but ABA after 5 years, no, because of problems that we need to know, it will not stand.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean they didn't do anything or it didn't work.
I haven't said so.
No, that's what I'm trying to explain. Say,
okay,
the condemnation part you came from is where to me, you know, it didn't sit well. But if you say there are problems, And of course, it is true. The app, to say the app needs a lot of things to be done, but I don't want it to kill it before it even arrives. Now, finally, on the part of the movie side, the film side, which is the Abeku Santana part now or canon. Also, I think one thing, I am hoping that we will also see it as another way. Senya ye Gidi say music, and I senya Mimi Gidi say. And I'm not doing saying and you also said something about there are a lot of giants in the and I'm not doing saying actually in the game had any means for revenue take them because go that why no any means you should take a bar. Now moving to the movie side, that's the same logic behind it. Maybe the same if it's TV and the programming is it going to be a linear as a fan saying make sure UTV no it is a material for UTV that's a movie program be a time I my mess no and I time a person be no are they showing can I select something I want what you say
okay
can I select something I want and now a bay no what to say Netflix and me material I can now select pause come back come and watch what you say but if that is the model they are going with and say BBR. And the Nigeria we want to compare it with, maybe they might not have a standing government owned TV, but Nigeria movie industry, these platforms they can build audience and to be more there, I am hoping that anything that gives the creatives an opportunity to make more money, we should take it. And this thing too, the streaming for movies, and you condemn completely because it is all about exclusivity. And that was one thing we're talking about, exclusivity. Say, make a movie for YouTube. Now make another movie. Mekacha will say, you can watch it solely on ... whatever. Near promotion. There are people that will pay and watch. That's the same model a platform like Seek is doing. Once you know about events, Sack, Rapaholic, or will Seek. And he gets his views, get his money. And how the plan, and you mentioned that clearly, the plan on how to make it stand. And very, very critical. But I do not want us to condemn anything that will serve as another source of revenue for our creatives.
Okay, Socrates, Pacho Branco Monim.
Well, say
Pacho, me a sister, me bra.
No. Bra Pia. Me modie, me bo abasu papa for Jumedi anase for since I launch app yi matise wo kasa ne enema waka ne enema ni nyina no me bo abaso why ade that is the way to go say as an expert uhu bibi ewo bibi a wonim ye ho utimi e kire wadwen wo ho nti no de me bo abaso but say metu fu kakra nso a as an expert again no me name say okay there was a platform called Xylophone View. Okay. I am behind Xylophone View. Okay. We did it. But yenya among experts be eba yenchen. Enye betena se echire yen. Enye bi a omo hu. This ankomodidi ni mono. We had about 3. The last person who came was a woman, a lady. Komodidi eni mu nyina no all of them actually say look obia wo kwan ofa so a odi ye ne niema obi betimi aka say oh yemfa ne say wo sebi toilet bi o ha ye nyusuki ukomu anu etimi lock wo akire beta nim de key ni ho ni nyina ya lock what man say obi ka say na de ya lock a ji say wo ku romance but wo akire de otimi bi ni nyina wo adwempo bia ye gina so ede ye what am I saying? Inti ebia ni awo behu se eye shortfall bi no na eyo bi nso business strategy bi what you say?
Okay, there what kind say ye tiasie ya who person say flaws now we identify on the platform it could be deliberate by the GMX people as a business strategy.
I am not on the many GMX for ni adwuma inti me nim but nya me kire say me ma me as example and I mean me experience. Say what I did no. I got experts like him, omo baye. Omo ankotena public. Anko keka. Ni omo hu. But omo baye. Enye ba betena say. That's what experts do. experts like this, no, that's what they do. They will come to you and then have that discussion with you because they know so much no. Send your tea and one individual based. Enter and me man that example. They say, "Hey, be an your feel say, yes, sir," and obi so feel say, "Oh, me would ni intra me ye ne sa." Ultimately, inti mu nyina mo kama dwen bom a, no one say, "Oh, okay." Based on ABCD nintin any no minua wo ye ne say nye yiye say e bia consultation fee kakra na si bibia then you are giving because some mo buy ho nyina no at the point is that some of them got some consultation yi kakra
but yansu radio for yansu ye wo ho kwan say betumi afre no so a che na
oh yes no
ye de na ye no so ni kasa na wakasa so edwumeko no mo ho no ma minim nia wo kan sisi ana minim be bia o fiba.
But me experience.
Yeah, but I'm saying, sir, for now, and when I make say be a meaning baby out free bar, say whether you're coming from the point, say, radio for your friend is saying, yes, you perceive who are there, and come on, Casa, or name Crawford, and quite transina, or Neomo, and Casa, and Nampessamity.
Yeah, maybe Pessimich say, or your experts, what am I say? And what I know is experts like him, no, that is how they operate. Experts, because from my experience, experts are mobile, no.
I know they work, but I'm saying that yang as radio.
Radio, they are they say, oh, friend.
It is meaning say when you foot to be out the man say, or no subit me for so and KB Obenya and Quine be asa.
Yes.
Is that what you are just suggesting?
That is what I'm doing.
But I hope say you are not saying say a friend will radio so among because
no. See who the friend what friend? But who experts now? What your friend is saying? That is what you. That is how you also make money. And I'm giving you an example how people came and they got money because they proved to us some of the things. Some even hacked into our your friend is saying our platform. They showed us say, look, this is what can happen.
But you see, again, we've had people, and not just because on Ukra expert. There have been so many experts in Ghana. Now can yes. Maybe so no a womusa, but I also want to point it out. Say it's not entirely true because they've been experta. They've sat on various platforms. Maybe no cry where a man for they are now be a bank cry they say that this is what I think that this is not going to be. These are the challenges, and there's nothing wrong with that. So when you also create the impression, say expert be who be a konaku who ni parko now and kananya BBD, that is also not. It doesn't help to advance society. And moi because it's not just about more no nya komodia kwasuni na man for sure be brave film but Ghana we are quick in always when people are also pointing out things that we nyina betimi esua bibia o ko udi kona ko hu omokukwem na oni omonkasa ya oniama people have expressed their opinions about eniama be bra kwaso omem. That is also a factor as here there no so to abontin
yo mate but me advising him as a brother, me meeting in there, and also admiring and also acknowledging the expertise. No, media me feel say this is an advice that I will give to him, and I insist on it. Nyawa kanu you're right. A bit me koye netra, a bit me can't say nyawa no. A volunteer so beka in the media no. Me media say minua ni me 24. Inka meka say minua. Henceforth, no, when you see such things now. For you to also make some money. Your business now, yo. No, me pacho to base. Who bet me? I am not.
Everything is not about money. Bibia is about money. Unkwa ko ye na jiska no fegu kotokum. Bibia is about unkwa ko hunu na ye na ji fegu kotokum. But I'm saying that
men can't say them criticism. No. Men can't say it is wrong for somebody to criticize. No. Please. That is how you are feeling because you want to be at the reason and how you want to say whatever you want to say. Means what me and say, me person me can say. You are I have not stopped him.
So great. If that is the case, then programs like this, if that's the case, programs like this, because if Bibian ubako who be kukuem now in Nakasa, everything you go and see the person because then we'll be working. Yebeko antiako obi efie Bibia okay. Kwesi. This idea way there. A foot when you say, Assemblisa for to be hini, assembly prono. Enti ye to funi ye can in 70 be ye can hano. na ebuama eye nipa society nso ko ne yesua nyama bebre film. Okay, so next time obi nso ba be ye obi I na just okay person me app obi sua say okay app we omo yes omo ye no say ne buy. You understand? But everything into onko hu onka no agisika no de egu nukotukom. Is that how we advance society?
Kwesi. Moving on no. Moving on, them say me call Abeku a statement ni send your board no na. Abeku about TV, and last Thursday I told you here say me I have nothing against the TV. It is right. Also a platform that when it is built, a betimi abwa industry, no, we can make money from it if it is properly done. It can also help. About one challenges, about one BBR, but the app is also not a lie, like he said. Say it's a lie. As we speak here, we are discussing the app that has been launched. It is not a lie that an app has been launched. It has been. It's in where he said, say it's a lie. No, he lied that it's a lie. It is true the app has been launched, and now it's saying can't challenges. Till it can be, and I'll repeat it again. For an app, since me who say internet buyer start here app no. App bia no. You start here when the challenge say how do you call it? WhatsApp. You see almost say code na di or password Ya sama the second layer. Ni asama second layer because almost the first one no mo ye no. Aya no two-factor authentication. There is always an improvement. Say both type of the there is always an improvement on it. Obi beti atene no say ade we dey send it here no fault bi wo ho problem bi wo han say omo kan no tia no afa. Making money from this app, Minia, I agree with you, and it is one of the challenges. Me feel say most of the musicians discuss about how to make money from this app. I also agree with you. Yeah, primary market Ghana. If we develop or we depend on subscription, we will not have that many or that much revenue. Yeah. So me know ya dream wo, and it is something that many promoters and I say managers of these your friends and platform say no, you can see dependent on subscription, and it is the challenge all over the world. Most platforms when they come and they are depending on subscription, it dwindles. Subscription it dwindle. What am I saying? Good. So Netflix. And a major challenge across and yeah, one platform. That is why I am pushing, and they are now going to put their efforts there on the pay. Your friends saying downloads, sales of the songs, there. That when you go there, you buy the song there. Like if I release JJJ and I put it there, you come and you will buy. And we did the tabulations and the union, and it is more practical, it is more profitable. Yeah, mistake become royalties in patcho, and your royalties. A revenue and your royalties. Okay. What am I say? Near platform.
Okay, disclaimer now. I'm used to that word royalty.
But the royalties, they're collecting societies, no.
Just app and
no, and app the whole way you can almost can be a way no more. But collecting societies in the collecting royalties, no. And no much charmer, your friend is saying artists, no. But a revenue will generate from your song. What am I saying? The streaming, and your revenues are will generate. I say but this is the format I would tone. But for me, the best way to go is for the artists to sell the songs on this platform. A best solve for all these problems. But please approach the promoters and have a conversation with them.
Okay. All right. So with approaching the promoters, fine. Me no problem, and also I don't have any bad intention. Like if I've discovered something now, this is not the first time. So it's even people are even paid to find bags. It's called bag hunting. People are making money. That's their job. Yes, so I can find bags. If I'm being paid to do this, I can be paid for each one and I'll publish it. Then they'll fix it. So my feel is to tarnish anyone's image. It may also mean say we are young in this space. That's why we feel will be identify issue now they want to bring someone down. And that said, even Spotify, I have found an issue and I've spoken to people that my thread near wrong or I can even show you. I can demo if anyone has Spotify and get me media. Spotify is a me thread for to be a so and yes GMX na minimum more problem. If I pick an app, I don't use it like a normal user because of a Juma Miyenti. So I look at it and I want to find issues. I will intentionally look for issues and make sure say me and Kasami is safe on the platform. And if I get a chance, I'll put it out. If it hits them, they fix it. Like the way GMX fix it.
Normal. There is a microphobia companies and as your manufacture and employ to use the thing for some time and find fault with it. Yeah. And it's a Juma. Even National Geographic Crampoa. Ye program bi wo hosa fa products bi no ma perform wo ho into no media na American say me boy abaso you are right but as
so I wanted to say one last thing about the downloads part. It's okay to sell the songs which is basically having an offline version of the song. So without data you have a local copy on your device and you can still listen. However no say ye beko da it will everything you do in that space comes at a cost. You pay for something indirectly or directly.
Yes.
So the moment we decide to make it available via downloads, then there should be heavy encryption, sir. Should go with the downloads.
Yeah.
So that I won't finish and be able to move it to another device.
Yes.
Or push it around.
Yes.
And to say, now, many problem. It's a good thing because even with data cost and also internet instability, it solves that problem.
Yeah.
But again, there's a price to pay with that, which means
there's a price to pay.
Yes, maybe another issue they have to fight. And the way to do it, basically, say, me can me training on beyo. So, and yes, me person me who be no misika. No.
Me too, sir, for no.
Mati, but like me senior can and you be beyond
or no can I dream,
so the way to go is then they have to be very, very heavy encryption.
Yeah.
So that people
which is
will
possible.
Not download. It's more than possible.
Yeah.
Which people will not download and later nobody in traffic more at
a few things. I just want to say because radio I do not think that we issue royalties they're entirely wrong because royalties meaning royalties they can royalties obi you so asset na payment aketi obetua for the usage of the property the asset use that's basically royalties. So even when it comes to even in don't just sit there and tell us when it comes to even natural resources, so people use natural resources, it's still royalties. So better say okay omu gold omu royalties. What is the meaning of royalties? So it's not like royalties is just applicable to royalties is basically so you should be assets when it comes to accounting. Then the payment you make to the person, yes, it's called royalties. So omu can royalties because they are using omu use is their property that they are using. So when you make that payment, you could term it as royalties. So when they even use it in that, it's not like it's entirely wrong. Say obintimi use royalties, and you think that when they say they paying royalties means that royalties means what? What is the meaning of royalties? Royalties are what is the meaning of royalty? When someone uses your asset, the payment that the person makes to you for the using of your asset. So that's what I want to say. Apia.
Yes, sir.
I want us okay. Waka about how this streaming platform but I say oh condemn adeɛ no I mean that's how it be befa no so okay adeɛ no kra ye hya aseɛ ye fi kra na ye hya aseɛ and that if you go back to a lot of certain technologies inventions ebi omo ye as time goes on now they perfected it omo improvement eka ho but akoye say wo die na wo kan no die adeɛ fi kra na omo hya aseɛ but what shall say cry a go idea and say idea no ye. Is that the case?
Okay, so time na betre say be yana saying ye. However, no nyentia some of the nyama na me hu ye me feel say nan ken say be ban size because say nya kan say nkrofo aye. So I expect the initial release to be at that benchmark and later improved. So say mini way a competition. This has been around for a very long time. My studying is my senior. Now me very lazy bibia and tuno. That is my problem. So say be you na saying I don't feel say one day keke na betre. It's time. I think when Tilly was talking, so yeah, I'll leave everything to time. But I expected, say, looking at the people we have in this space in the country, I won't be to me, aye Juma win. Say, yeah, steady in your market already. There's more than enough data to inform what to do and how to go about it. We don't have to reinvent. So, say, at this level, no, at this age, and we have some issues like this, and yeah, then I should be afraid and feel say nah this thing will face like huge challenges. Yeah.
Okay. Meaning say be anka no na say ba kan kase me beka say ye kukuru kura amponi ni ebesoa. So from the beginning you think say because we nya de fufuru bi ni eye ya de amanfo aye I wo hodada. Enti say enso say ye bia then it means that see you nya suehu bi fi omo mistakes bi no mind then we don't come and repeat the same mistakes. Yes. That is why you are saying say bia idea we fit say uni gidi bia
because already no again nyama very very basic and things are already available. Krano we are having issues with them.
Okay.
That's mainly my problem.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, my nasi and I'm sure say bia enkomo enkonkusi ha yebedi bia ka ho se ne awusi gine mu de me sure so bi beka say why say comfortable no because I say wo share come say adie even though say and yes now so with time you saying that with time we will see the results whether
with time and
whether you be vindicated or you not be vindicated.
Exactly. And at the end of course I don't know how
but you should pray for it to be successful Anna.
Me no problem because I don't know
you should pray,
what will go wrong say what will happen to me say successful what will also happen to me say successful. It doesn't really affect me directly in any way. So I hold no reason to like shoot it down. And basically I'm just one man. I can't shoot it down.
Okay.
So then the main thing is me nim how say me hu adie na extra me polishing in can say.
Okay.
And senior I remember past me trail.
Yeah.
And that day you made a call. They denied. But people here said say it was there. Some days later or weeks later, it has been fixed. So really, no, there was something wrong, and I have helped them solve it. That is one thing they have to also
So it means that we'll fix the problems as
time
I also
goes
by.
Keep coming. For instance, I've identified said the streaming doesn't work well on slow network.
Okay.
If it works well next week.
Slow network nene day.
Oh, maybe a 2G network or an internet speed.
Now you're going in 5G now. So that's you use 2G quite.
Okay, me share that Sisami speed no and I mean network no man call 2G.
Okay.
Because it's to test say a bit to me I detect it now I'm serving me. And all of this no adds up to how long people will stay.
Okay.
Which will go a long way to affect the revenue now promises say be my artist no.
Okay.
So if you really understand what I'm doing and where I'm coming from, you understand say Nankai we a full-time job.
Okay.
Nankai was a try me ska be brilliant sana my.
But I don't know so say kona ko home now on your Canada.
I don't feel say if they don't know me, and I can help them identify some of these issues.
Why can't say maybe if you
I
know
shouldn't
where
do
you
it.
over dismiss ya sama waka.
Baby, let's say not to answer this meeting no. If I chiche masa, if I chiche, me no one ka obi one. Ade ameyo.
I'm sure so we've learned a lot from this conversation. And it's a what kind of sass keke not just a who discouraging kofa that wisdom to actually share knowledge on certain important issues. So Pete.
Kwesi, Missy Kwesi, Pacho, make Kasano, make my example say people like this no. You do want to we're trying fees.
Now, say resource persons in here.
Yeah, resource person. Now you've identified the thing. One matiza. What do you do next? What do you do next? Okay,
Apia, men nasi. Why?
Thank you.
Next time, I remember why.
About you.
Need us, Papa. Peace 1043 FM Entertainment Review. Soon as you go in there, my name is co-host Yaya Buana. Obua na ono so. Ye di jumedi hu echami. Akabe yes ma be son. Na no mi ensabo. Yenko enim na nkomo no bebre wo honum say we ye ba be di atwaso. Okay, so I'm coming. Then move it forward.
Now better thing will go come your way. As long as you never take me, they play. I don't care whatever them say. Me, I go give you the loving, yeah. Now better thing will go come your way. As long as you never take me, they play. I don't care whatever them say. Fire, fire, go. Make you the fire, fire. Make you the fire, fire, go. Make you the fire, fire. Make you the fire, fire, go. Yeah, make you the fire, fire. Fire burning my heart desire. You are worth $1 billion, and I know you will be my first time when me set me eye on the gal, yeah. Brown skin baby, sweet chocolate, what a combination. I don't think I reach your love. See me, I go give you the loving, yeah. Now better thing will go come your way. As long as you never take me, they play.
Hey.
I don't care whatever them say. Me, I go give you the loving, yeah. Now better thing will go come your way. As long as you never take me, they play. I don't care whatever them say. Make me the fire, fire.
And Stone Boy
Fire, go.
has one of the girls that he actually featured in town. Me also say what we home. Spice.
Money can buy home.
This is FM.
But money cannot buy home. Money they buy bed, but money no fit buy sleep.
Hey,
this who you are,
sir?
To me, oh. Piano man launching.
Come on.
Come up for the moon. One guy, you ain't near my T.O. Come on, we are girl, I wanna give you my love becoming.
Love it.
Come on, we are girl, I wanna give you my love becoming. See me, I go give you the loving, yeah. Now better thing I go come your way.
I have some better thing for you, my lady.
They play. I don't care whatever them say.
I don't care whatever they say.
Loving, yeah. Now better thing will come your way. As long as you never take me, they play. I don't care whatever them say. Make me the fire, fire.
FM.
Fire, fire, go. Make me the fire, fire.
Stone Boy.
Fire, fire, go. Make me the fire, fire. Make me the fire, fire, go. Yeah. Make me the fire, fire.
Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your #1 station.
Weekend, it's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Digital and on your smartphone. Your radio is hot.
Watch on the jump on the other fucking entertainment review. And then Miss Overton, some another. President Obama for
Fans no hunya smami and sana no me and sabo yanko and me and twaso entertainment review with my co-host yeah boy we na ye din komo now. So our next issue is something that already in the music industry they are tuja. Asem no ne sing. Already your friend no Ike Ahin O2 Ahin Ike O2 Ahin. In fact, in the music industry, you know, edi aman for enim no pa ye Gomski. Oni aye juma ye friend, of Cracks Global. And aye juma. He's also an A&R, artist and repertoire, and artist manager. Na wani anyom to beat say R2Bs. And edi juma. So about the music industry in the aman for him ni bobre pa. What the assembly to dra about a dancehall ya Ghana anyom to form majignim ya omuye. Debe asem na Gomski kan yentie Gomski. Ye ba ahomano so ewie.
But also you need to understand where you're from. Me, I have one problem. If I say it, I'll have an issue. You get me? But you know what? For the sake of, I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I think that Ghana, one of our biggest problems has been dancehall. Okay. As much as me, I love dancehall. If my people love dancehall from day one, but I think that our biggest problem has been dancehall.
Okay,
let me tell you why our biggest problem has been dancehall. When you leave Ghana and then you are in anywhere in the world and then you are playing your music, they want to feel where you're coming from. You get me? Yeah. So the Nigerians, what they wooed the whole world with was their pidgin. So if you go to America and you're speaking Nigerian pidgin, they'll know that, oh, this is Nigerian. It's very authentic. It's coming from a Nigerian. If you go to London and then you're speaking your like Nigerian pidgin, you're singing in Nigerian pidgin, you feel that when the British people are doing their rap, you know that this is British rap. Think about it that Asaka came and then Asaka was trying to sing like any of the drill, like trying to sing in English like Central C or
Stormzy or
do you not look funny? Mm-hmm. So I think that when you as a Ghanaian, you can't an Iowa man can't sing an Ashanti song like the way an Ashanti song is. Yeah. You get me? Yeah. Plus, dancehall in the world is being suppressed. Pay attention to it. The labels are suppressing dancehall now. Reason being, the language is very vulgar, the content is very vulgar, and it doesn't it's being suppressed. So the moment Afrobeat came in, and then it was feel good vibes, you get me? Now they said, oh, okay. So do you not realize that it's very easy for Afrobeat songs to be picked in the Grammys? Because what do we say in Afrobeat songs?
Jaye and vibes song.
You get me? But dancehall is kill your mother.
Okay, that's Gomski, Ike O2 Ahin of Cracks Global, artist and repertoire. Was also artist manager. You know this answer media to you about say Ghana. Ubano, the music industry, our biggest problem we have here is when we embraced dancehall, you mean, any chichimia or the man. Yeah, call man so Bulldog, also A&R artist manager. Founder, Base Awards. Yenin komo. Buya da semo akwa baba entertainment review so.
Yes, boss. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Via Bokorie. So, what ye Gomski? In semi or the joy about the biggest problem Ghana music industry facing. We need share comment thought on in semi or the 2J.
Thank you once again. Me too, and I am mistake, you know, me brother. Come see me, brother, but your kind of mistake, you know, because I think he was missing the point. I think he wanted to say something, but when you're clear, you know, I mean, because we think some no baby or say, an every person can't sound like an Ashanti. And an Ashanti cannot sound like an Ewe. You can't get people Asaka sounding like Central C. Central C is the British artist.
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. Central C, a British rapper. You know, so I think he's talking about the accent. But if you say music is not what you say on the song. It is the instrumentation. It is the beat. It is the music behind the words. That is music. So see, it dance all problem. So at which point did dance all start? Good time, and I say, you know, because people have been doing dance all way before Shatta, way before Stonebwoy, way before Samini Munyanya. So at which point did it start? I think he missed the point. So reggae or music, dancehall is not our problem. Our problem, we all know, is marketing. We don't have the money to take the money from here, to take the merchandise from here or the music from here to the next level or go to the world. Amusha, Nigeria, they are not out there because they are using their accent. You know, music is not about language. It's about marketing. It's about pushing the product to the next level. So, you know, he's my brother, and I mean, on any day I'll tell him. He didn't make I think he wanted to say something, but and yet your person can know.
I see. You know, I'm a bit surprised anyway because Usha Ninchechi more the because you rarely can say your person can or not can because he backed it at Green Jamaica. He backed it with say record labels are suppressing almost suppressing dancehall music. As such, inti ubano even crime police enyum titiwa ebia Africa hadum si obeka say anyum to for omo ye enyum to say Afrobeat. Omo nyum and those artists and I won't say ye pian omo nya the BETs, the Grammys and all that. Inti to onono enyum even record labels are even trying to suppress it. So omo cash eno na so mo ye jinemu. So that's why he says that's the problem. And Ghana according to Ono.
He has no facts to back what he's saying. And to start with, dance and reggae penny to her. What I say? Still, Grammys have a reggae category. Recently, I think someone introduced the Afrobeat. And he has no facts from what you see. Now, what is happening around the world is political. It's different. It is Africa's time to shine. And that is why Afrobeat, and when you say Afrobeat, it's just African beat. That is why we are on the rise. Now, a lot of artists are now fighting their labels. The fight has been there for a very long time. But these major labels are fighting their people, the American rappers, hip-hop, R&B. They feel some sort of with the business. So these businessmen are also looking elsewhere. Africa is a virgin market. And that's how come they are elevating what we're doing. That's how come you see the Burna Boys and all that. They've just opened the doors for us to also exploit what we have as Africa. That has nothing to do with any particular channel of music.
So, according to Onono, dancehall is identified with the country, the origin, really Jamaica. And then who say be a dancehall, no, who say the fee, and can be about the fact that Ghana, TC acquires a new identity. Ofa Nigeria for crowd bones yes, be Afrobeat, yeah, dear way fan. CC and ye who near dancehall no crown so no dancehall no dear. Obiti say but dance on you the person identify you as maybe a Jamaican, and that Stonebwoy cry no aka. Say Onua in a number of interviews why I say ebinimu ya no obonma no bitin nkan ofi say or a Jamaican, meanwhile or a Ghanaian. So that is what Gomsky is talking about, and he says you are trying to project your own but idea wo ton say wodia no obi ade. So nobody identify you say we wodia, and that's why he sees it as a problem for Ghana.
Okay. So Martina say, but again, nobody owns any particular music. And the Jamaicans we're talking about, if you check the history of Jamaicans, where are they from? They are from here, Africa. So whatever they are doing there, wherever they are situated now, is African music. So how isn't that our music? African music is our music because we identify as Africans.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure say just like a lot of people we be omufi Africa. In fact, when you even take let's say R&B, so ni sanya manyama, a lot of these people are almost journalists in you see say dodo na be from Black Americans, and you can also say their roots is from Africa, but nobody is going to say be a soul music free be a African. They will probably want to even identify with American near kaka home meboa.
Matthias, so but I'm saying say no particular region in the world can talk say okay we hear music and because if you listen to music very well, there are elements in the elements in the music identified with a lot of regions. But that is nothing. I mean, so okay, say to highlight for a very long time. Highlight, where did it take us? Now, if you go into the highlights that we were singing, I promise you. If like when I get off the phone, play Daddy Lumba, play Amachi Dede, and you were Amachi Dede manager at some point. Amachi Dede is a reggae musician, reggae no tono, Daddy Lumba to reggae. So where are we going with this? We don't have a budget to take our music to the next level, and we should be able to say that.
And but that's what I know. Gomsky can say any identity no.
There be or the budget in identity. It's just budget that we have an identity. And make us a music a instrument anti young man say obi to say raskuku so or two reggae or two dancehall but two wachimu. So are you telling me that there's no identity with that? And I'm just giving you an example. Like I said the Nasem go that's Daddy Lumba's brother,
Nane Champo.
That's a reggae music. Iron Boy, no, it's reggae music. Now, if anybody does it in Patois, then maybe I imagine as full reggae. But your two reggae, your two also reggae. It's the rhythm.
But reggae said reggae and Kase Ghana nyumo meboa.
Oh, Mpacho, me say if is. I don't know how.
Yeah, boo meeting how can I say, but Ode Mimusao say for past identification purposes, say Obi Kasoki reggae, Obi Bakaso reggae nechi ninchi figana. Is that what someone would say?
I'm telling you, yes. Anybody who is a musicologist, somebody who's read music, who knows music, will trace it back to Africa. Now, Mpacho, Afrobeats now, yeah, and I say again, so okay, they say I can't Afrobeats, I'm going to say in Nigeria for. But OCBC has been doing this way before Fela started. And they were doing art fusion. If you go and read on it, you realize that. So if we don't learn some of these things, or we don't read why some of these things, we miss some. Our problem is not identification.
So your problem in your dance or as Gomsky canon. We should continue dance or no sir.
Oh yes, there's nothing wrong with it. As we speak now, which artist is identifying or pushing the boundaries when it comes to Ghana music? Why not Okojina baby? I can say, we are Ghanaian. Or a Ghanaian, a Stonebwoy. Only no pushing the boundaries of music as we speak is our biggest export. ɔkɔ baabi a mene wo ka sɛ sɛ ɔde Jamaican ni kora na aba ha nti Jamaican is ofi ha ɔkɔka Ghana asɛm in the space of reggae and dancehall what feature obia so who is pushing it so if we stop dancehall patrol high life need ben and I say say adopt the Afrobeat artist ben any patrol so we cannot say a particular genre maybe your children maybe a Kwame Eugene never lead maybe your children be a Lumba Biom. So I would say that at that point we will say oh you know we shouldn't say that it is just bucket. Any artist that is putting out music today is competing with the Sony music, with the Virgin. They are competing the same space, and we can't fight it. So that shouldn't be our problem. Our biggest enemy, as we speak now, is technology. That is our biggest problem.
Okay.
And we should put the matter in perspective and stop. Say divided in seven.
Okay.
But can be same, but can be same. Put here a dance or I'll kill your mother again. But hip hop, which music is more violent than hip hop? It used to be the biggest the whole time until recently. You know what was Tupac saying? What was Biggie Small saying? And they ended up dead. So it's just the timing and everything. But our biggest problem in this part of our Ghana is funding, any funding, because music, we have to export the music. Everything Stonebwoy is doing now is doing out of his pocket. There's no deliberate attempt as a nation to try and elevate him and elevate a lot of the. We need a lot more. If you look on the Nigerian front, there are about 5 or 6 or 10 people out there. But so we should invest in our shadows, in our staff audience, in our families and everybody else. And we will have representation on a bigger or a larger scale out there in the market.
So, that's Papa Boo. Nyamisha ewie kakra that's Bulldog, artist manager na oni edin komo ewie and semi ni kofa ba nyina nti aye friend ewie Ura Ike O2 Ahin Gomsky na dodo na nim no ye music industry no na 3 music media sooner now or tina on yenu anu J Foley Serial and Misita Lenny na omudin komo and some say no si kan na mama sense subio then there's and komono a fire tossing you know so say that will look at but Yensen tie Gomsky sem no de 3 media so
but also you need to understand where you're from. Me, I have one problem. If I say it, I'll have an issue. You get me? But you know what? For the sake of, I'll just say it.
Yeah.
I think that Ghana, one of our biggest problem has been dancehall. Okay. As much as me, I love dancehall. If my people will tell you, I've loved dancehall from day one. Mm-hmm. But I think that our biggest problem has been dancehall.
Okay, explain.
Let me tell you why our biggest problem has been dancehall. Mm-hmm. When you leave Ghana and then you are anywhere in the world and then you are playing your music, they want to feel where you're coming from. You get me? Yeah. So the Nigerians, what they wooed the whole world with was their pidgin. So if you go to America and you're speaking Nigerian pidgin, they'll know that, oh, this is Nigerian. It's very authentic. It's coming from a Nigerian. If you go to London and then you're speaking your like Nigerian pidgin, you're singing in Nigerian pidgin, you feel that when the British people are doing their rap, you know that this is British rap. Peace FM. Think about it that Asaka came and then Asaka was trying to sing like any of the drill boys, the drill, like trying to sing in English like Central C or
Stormzy or
we do not look funny. Mm-hmm. So I think that when you as a Ghanaian, you can't an Iowa man can't sing an Ashanti song like the way an Ashanti song is. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah.
Plus, dancehall in the world is being suppressed. Pay attention to it. The labels are suppressing dancehall now. Reason being, the language is very vulgar, the content is very vulgar, and it doesn't it's being suppressed. So the moment Afrobeat came in, and then it was feel good vibes, you get me. Now they said, oh, okay. So do you not realize that it's very easy for Afrobeat songs to be picked in the Grammys? Because what do we say in Afrobeat songs?
Jaye and vibe song,
you get me?
And Abna.
But dancehall is kill your mother. My problem is the patois. Because we can't sing.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why artists like Stone Boy, they will sing in Chi or in Ewe, and then makes it
every Stone Boy song in Ewe or Chi. Or he had this Afrobeat song.
Peace FM.
Oh, it's like three. He has some song.
Therapy.
Oh, beautiful song. But anytime that, like back then when Stone Boy used to do dance like patois, I was so. But now I realize that because they are suppressing dancehall across the world, they are suppressing his sound as well. Because when they hear the sound, they won't differentiate if he's Jamaican or he's Ghanaian. Trust me. If you play a Stone Boy song and you don't tell the person that this is from Ghana, you think it's Jamaican.
Okay, my friend because you have Stone Boy partner so. But for now, come on, fine. Pesi the shas here no. Baby Gina, Asemia Gomski on 3 media platforms or can't asem no. Say your biggest problem. Ghana nyom to no face you on them. The music industry or Ghana say face you on more. Or how can say pa or no who pa or nyom to adwumen because Ghana nyom to phone be afar to who says we dancer. Dancer no I say I don't you no say any problem no. Okay. So nyom to new ka say we dancer. Na say okopie baby na say okay me to dancer. Dancer dey fi Jamaica. Enti you ka say to dancer la. How? Na say why hira unchi. Ye ba be ka say okay we Jamaican. Meanwhile, oya Ghana ni enyum na nka wo boy enyum na beto no say utunyum na yehu say we Ghana ni we free Ghana dan dance all there Jamaica enti ono say or how can see pa ba be ha Ghana nyum to no is because ye dance nyum tini o say dance say am kan me Stone Boy nso ba be yi ano but yeah, the Stone Boy anu ye na ne be ye nkomo na ne etosu mienu. So great. Microphone na men sha sem few so. Na Abranti asemo ya o kan yi. Gomski say. Yeah, how can see power you to adwuma mu ye dance or music anum to ye.
Kozi pe bebia onu gina nia onim ene ni ohunu eno no aka no o feel say dancehall music ye koye no eno na entimi magana Ghanaian song music industry no enko enim mintimi challenge no but from baby I meet no me feel say I'm tempted to agree somehow with Bulldog kakra. Because Bulldog ebechirem say masa say yenyom no si yenya sika na si yenya yin free mo enye because it is dancehall no eno ma machi the example kwesi one of my favorite high life musicians Ohini Bakisi or Madam Fonso pa when him say Ohini Bakisi more high life your friend high life musician Ohini Bakisi more high life utie ni nyom na rock funk pa ene Ohini Bakisi bo untimi nka say high life enti no say ye adulterate ye music na nye because of dancehall ye adulterate no nye it was because of long before dancehall buy no ye market no na egu simple enti ni ono ka say the man fan ko share dancehall debi dancehall buy kwesi.
So the point ni be ni chemu ni say ye say ye pese ye de anyum e de kwama no ni ye pese Yanyum to form being a huge audience. So population of let's say 30 million. No, yeah, we say population be a kahon, and that ono who say enyum na ya fana ye no. If you see who say you'll be enyum, and indeed, I mean, like I said, okay, a part of the conversation is Stonebwoy na cracker and interviews are why. Say I'm out for being huna. Officer or a Jamaican because and you know you need casa maybe a patois those things. So the thing is a Jamaican, but only Jamaican. Is that not the problem? Is that not a problem when you say so they do bad? People identify you different. I mean countries.
Baby, baby, I met me honest. One, it is pure business and marketing. Whoever you are, yeah, money Nigeria for so. Because they are doing Afrobeat. No, they are doing good music that people are enjoying. And when they are asked, they identify it as Afrobeat. Kwesi, mention no bisamia, make us say Afrobeat. No, I see no difference between Afrobeat and near that. We no yeah no. Oh, near friend is cry. Samini numba face no. Oh, hip life. Beat no, massa. Yeah, then take it critical. Your friend is saying to it. Me wa pen drive be a hip life we be bro. Me tia na me de compare nia and yeah say Afrobeat no. Cause me who difference be o. It's just a variation kit will be about maybe tempo say my friend is saying speed. And that's all. Yeah the same thing. Obi obe challenge me bia no. Don't do that now. Pay attention to the beats no. Omo boy enia yeah boy na you say Afrobeat no. I see no difference. It's just variations. Okay. That's all.
Okay.
Into me more dear, me feel say the problem now that they are facing there is marketing. Business wise. Marketing. Nigerians know it's me marketing omo people who are plugging them on the international platforms and your friend is saying space. They have it. It is what, Kwesi, I've said it here and again. Who you know is also a factor in this industry. Sebanesa. That is where you become a lotto forecaster. Now, if you forecast, Niemembia, Entimi Maunko, and no, they could share dance or no, they could share way. No. Your plugs, fine. Business wise, who do you know who is plugging you somewhere? But I bet you Stonebwoy goes out there and people enjoy him. They are not enjoying him because he's not doing, your friend is saying, they are enjoying him because he's doing good music in whatever format is good.
Mena say Tilly Bremu na minchio ewo yem komo en wo so nya betimi de aboa na yema tinam brem na yen call fight us me yeah intiu
okay intime no e fa be me ne ya adwen pa e na e fa be so me ne nya adwen
oni hwan ya adwen Gomski okay
me ne Gomski e fa be me ne ya adwen e
here no ma no about microphone there
here's why I'm in ne ya adwen he watched emphatically and I don't want us to act like sound come we ni wo table we chipen when it comes to identity of yeah sound no out there and Ghana how Ghana had a new say Stonebwoy of Yashaman ye na ye ni baby aye free ni we know where we come from but out there and over the years no we have seen how your person get carry a sound from your borders to the rest of the world now you see you can say oh person Ghana there o point one side yes you dey but some of the big songs that have come from Ghana if obitina eche no obisa say enti momo de ne de here yes said any answer be amano now let me give you some of the big hits about Ghana in the last 2 or 3 years Terminator Down Flat Sugarcane how many times have we not likened this to Afrobeat to Nigeria how many times have we not likened this man for I think the Sugarcane crowd Kamido Naka on the platform say, oh, I'm out for fees in Nigeria, and he has embraced it. Music identity. 2 of some of our big artists here in Ghana are reggae dancehall artists. Stonebwoy Shatawale. Let me take Stonebwoy. Stonebwoy has been one guy all pushy international. They be a Stonebwoy international. Stonebwoy international. Na video be PA. Stonebwoy saying the crumble for craft or Jamaican. How much more somebody outside? What do you think the identity of music from Stonebwoy looks like to that person? What you are saying? And to me, I agree 100. Before Stonebwoy time, and also before who say, oh, reggae dance or abetia for crown. SAC has consistently won Artist of the Year for about how many years now? What genre was SAC doing? SAC too was doing hip hop. What you say? SAC was doing hip hop, and hip hop any Ghana idea, any idea. Yeah, we are trying to do the hip life at the idea, but hip hop that SAC has won Artist of the Year continually for Elisa era no, and also hip hop it can be traced somewhere. And I agree with Gomsi when he says, when you stand outside and you look at Ghana through the lens from outside, you really can't pinpoint the area because Afrobeat, no, yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, outside now, oh, are you also from Nigeria? Like you see it on TikTok all the time when they are doing these street interviews, you can really see that there is an identity problem with Yeye Dieno. Now here's where I part ways with Gomsi. The truth of the matter is that it's not onto the artist now or Moye dance hall to lift high life to the rest of the world. And your man said they can only pay homage once a while, which they do. Stonebwoy, Sobolo, high life. Yes. Shatawale has done the winning highlight song. I know my level. We have seen episode do Atia. These are all dance hall artists whom by their work at the end of the it is their job to promote their song. It's not their job to promote Ghana high life for today. What are the high lifers also doing to promote it to the rest of the world to project our identity? The institutions in Ghana that say yeah, so yeah, dear. High life, no. What are they doing to support the high life artists to promote the Ghana sound to the rest of the world? That is a conversation we must have. And no, yes, Stonebwoy, and I say artists be on no penny sika be did no. I said yeah. Whenever Stonebwoy is standing outside, there's always a Ghana flag behind him. And to the fact that he is not saying on catchy and that's on the end and crop they even mix it with the tree just to promote it. It is not our fault that Ghanaians don't have a thick accent like Nigerians. And your fault. He will do what he can, but critically when you look at it, Ghanaians do not have an identity when it comes to music. Everything we have done has been borrowed, and it is not onto the artists to promote high life or any Ghana identity. It is onto the institutions and the high lifers to and now can we be about labels?
Yeah.
Now Def Jam no idea.
Terrible label.
Oh my bro.
Well, Tina microphone and I'm into you. According to this A&R, Gomski, said the biggest problem pa music industry musiciano is dancehall music. Why don't you?
Answer na meche madwenche minya Gomsi nankasa nka mebisa na same way. Se untimi enka asem tra na untwemu nkosa. Enka o kan say e biggest problem no. Nanka utumira no wa kiresie. No wa kire say because of A, B, C, D in America say a problem. But o kan want me na the o kan say language no mu use no Emma nkofodin say Ghana for Jamaicans and all that. Let's start from the background of Ghana and Jamaica, the history background. Babia Omufi during the historical background. Omufia, Ebifia, other African countries, Omuko Caribbeans, Omuko Jamaica, Omuko US. Ediania Ediwaha, staple foods to most of them is still common. Jamaica, like the plantain, the yam, and all those stuff. Let's bring it down to even Chroma Pencil. One Marvin Gavi. Those days, no money now. I'm promoting Pan-Africanism. No, wasn't no Jamaica. Did we lose identity as Ghanaians at that time? No. We still knew that Kwame Nkrumah was president of Ghana, even though not or fighting Pan-Africanism with other people. Let's look at Rastafarian Abanswa, even though from Ethiopia, but yes, you recognize it. You recognize it Jamaica as well. So you can see the similarities, baby, when it comes to all those things. Our hip life and our reggae, almost the same thing. Now fast forward. It will be catchy say, your biggest problem. What do you even mean in the first place? Without even giving me reasons, what my reasons be?
But no, can I mean, we are so
reason being say a language no more using yes oppressive way. Listen, how many dancehall artists in all Ghana have versus other genres? Let's start from there. Yeah, share hip life artists, yeah, share high life artists, yeah. Omudo do I saying and I reggae for the saying. So ask yourself, why is it that is the dancehall people that are being projected? That's the first question. The other people no mobile other genre no who has hold their hands tight say wo de men ko wanim. And it's not up to one artist or no be decide say because momo high life no mum pushing into no me fam nsengu machi. Onye sa because only a tomboy on akasa kan we invest power in the craft and we all know. Let's look at dancehall now. We say e puti e den no. When Beyonce e feature Shatawale who is which or dancehall artist no and puti Ghana ho. Did we say Jamaican dancehall artist Stonebwoy ko win beat in 2015. Na onya dancehall artist one projecting it still work. So into dancehall enye hwema no. Look at all these advantages I have. If we come down here to fans engagement, why would now hold it up from Lumba more time that best in co? And then me can say tremu say omuni fans, but I'm just saying say and then no Gen Z is for any way na no. When we are talking about fan engagement, share and call for that's all artists on waiting I making sure say omo fans are loyal. I project the industry to some level. There's a conversation because these dancehall artists on that they are working hard. What stops the other genres say mo amunko ejuma obi asuso munsa? That's the first question. Yeah, high life ni enjoy you. High life obi enim say Ghana ye dia nke kan so yes ye kan originally Google say high life if you here ye dia. Enti won't can say ye new identity ye obi. Aside that Stonebwoy otonwoma local language no use. Kakra bi no de part 1 fra baby a de bi obekan be to but so part 1.
So Argentina man for no see why Jamaica no.
Because of style.
Any problem? Who is the problem?
Style.
But that's the problem.
A diversified world. And then
so who you see Chrome Kasa we be there. A man for no say we Jamaican.
Oh, na man for no say Jamaican na say minimum me Ghanaian na me ye every time me educate you omo me de me flag me videos me twa Ghana ha me twa bi wo me ye niema ma who say me Ghanaian.
Say we Ghanaian but a man for no say we Jamaican. No any problem.
Oh. Is it there problem?
A man for now, a man for no more abontin bebre no say we Jamaican.
A man for bebre no musu me Jamaican no. Maybe a style na meto no. Let's be honest, style of music no being dancehall no there. We get den. You better say Jamaica for there. Enti I am a fault to say me choose say Ghana ha nyum so for no dos na me dem say me dancehall. Na metimi di misika push me ho akodu international level. Na me nsuma obi anom de makɔhye honom. But de bia me ya niema so kyerɛ say me Ghana ni. Dabena, why are they on what detaching itself from the Ghana? Detaching whom? They be your kind so a Ghana ni. By no more to the West or you see where we can relate, or you see videos you who Ghana womb. Yeah, can't. How many high life songs na first movie no? How many times and first movie be as about my background music?
We are sure we are not missing this.
I am not missing this.
We are sure say we are sure say asema Gomski kan.
Gomski no kan na make us no kan asem kwa wansan.
Yeah, asem na si baby ni akan ye kan.
Kwesi asem na de em say baby a na eso this ho no say ye ma ye hu identity no say ye ntimi kan say ye high life nko but you see let's call ourselves
onu kra won kasem what is say na asem no kan say kan high life bi o
they do anka but our identity amaye a
what's the problem? I don't know say a problem.
Yeah, identity amaye ho a e na ne me kire o say
when we have advantages of the dancehall artists on the Ghana
ohiniba kisi eye ebo funk pa but your friend high life but why don't we deliberately call ourselves high life musicians? I think that is the best way to go, but to box ourselves and nemre pa to the high life say no.
So are you saying we are Ghanaian and Kwandi men that diversify?
Yes.
Obianya high life. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is what I am saying. Say me pacho.
Then a new school for no
Lumba or your high life musician.
Niema all the time. And I say yeah can yes your background no say you see of return. You expected Jamaica for emancipation here. You expected a better chance uncle for Nina. Who be catch me say because we are Ghanaian no yenya can say omusun promote so because of that
Jimmy Cliff here there
and Chinese for because of Kaso here among Fabo Nkrumah because of that on my high life. What are you talking about?
Me pacho Jimmy Cliff
high life.
Me pa Jimmy Cliff or your reggae and that's what you're doing.
Oh, reggae and that's
musician Jimmy Cliff.
So no what's me bia.
How do you identify Jimmy Cliff?
How do I identify?
Me, so a reggae musician, and that is how you start.
Listen.
What I say? Let's be deliberate. Let's be deliberate about it, so that
that's on your problem. Me
can't sit down for a problem. Me can't sit down for a problem.
So can't no. Me ojina maybe sano. Say DNT na open
because all is not the problem. But once you are from here,
and say no some boy no shatter no. O my oboni omo ye ne say. Almost some person musua other things that they introduce back Ghana. Enti dien na ope catch on the omo ye santi omo problem.
Ya wa Ghana ha
na. Madam Asi because of friend toss me no pese e di no quickly. Of friend toss me no one say na yanko enim mbamjo bebre. And we have other because Stonebwoy so abekasa oba eba na ya to.
This dial is hot. Stay tuned.
Best radio.
News on your number one station.
It's the weekend. Let the good vibes take over. Only on your favorite station.
With your favorite station. Live, digital, and on your smartphone. Your radio is hot.
Watch on the jump on the other fucking entertainment review. And then it's over to some entertainment. I've been another entertainment review. Pressing in the bottom for to not see entertainment. Entertainment review. Down up over my fans.
Na fans ni dey ye jikwa ye nim sa owura Kwasi Ajiman from GTA ababeka yensa wa ye ni bedi nkomo foforo but ofa to so mienu e wo ye dance hall nkomo no ye betwetwe mpacho say Papa so kebi
I mean busa say je no so ye dance hall
ye be ba o ye be ba o na ye pese ye hwe ni a Stonebwoy so e dey ababetu dwa Stonebwoy em say ye na ye nim say up and running album a promoting te abaye on ne ball one of the biggest song on the album Jiggle and Wine dance hall queen of Jamaica Spice ababedu Ghana hana ni interview appearances omo sa kopie mu 3 music na chese on the big convo show na omo ye no and this conversation about one of the biggest problem that experiencing in the music industry and let's say embrace dance hall I nunti ye lose your identity kaka. Baby anan komone fa nan kampesa mo defa was when Gonski ka say dance hall a vulgar language enunti ama record labels bebre na suppress dance hall nan kampesa mo defa ho but emrenti no ye beba ho but Stonebwoy ababe ya no Stonebwoy a say with all respect that is a loose talk or person say irresponsible talk say wo bekasa because why adwuma na che at this point ono no push Ghana music ama Spice okran so team say because of dance hall nti and I would say Ghana nka ba mumien ko tie Stonebwoy nsema okekan na yasaya ba studio abeto.
But somewhere that
we've been talking
dance hall is the reason Ghana is not moving forward.
No.
And that's
total one of the biggest artists.
Yeah. So I heard somebody say that. That's total BS.
I need to closer to the mic.
Truth of the matter is,
I need to closer to the mic.
It's ignorance. Yeah, pure ignorance. It's ignorance. No. I know where Jade is from, and I can set the record straight.
Let me put a stop to it. So wait, let me put a stop to it. So, I didn't know that they were saying that. So are you saying that it is being said?
No, saying that. No. One man with him kind of own personality.
So what?
No. Ghana said that. But that one man there said that on TV.
Okay,
at the bridge of the whole of Ghana.
Dancehall.
So the reason Ghana move forward is because of dancehall.
Well, let me say this. I didn't want to come to Ghana until I knew about Stonebwoy doing dancehall. And that's where I discovered the love for Ghana. So that also is not true.
I was not even going there. But what I'm talking about is music identity.
I understand you because there are a lot of people in the industry who have a personal mentalities that they speak to industry. And I would advise that should be looked at. And I believe that I stand the capacity to speak like this because we're putting resources, finances into making sure that we're not culture vultures. We are culture custodians. I can put it to you any day and I can speak my truth. The stadium was full to capacity. The production was from my pocket. I know the amount of dollars that I spent to put that capacity. No artist within this, in my class, has done that yet. No artist in my class, not to say legends, however, have done that yet. 40,000 capacity seated. It was filled to 55 plus. It's there, it's evident. The staging. Did you guys see any sponsor on that stage? Yeah. That is the capacity we're talking about, and how. So we have to speak. It's some of us who have to be speaking. Yeah. It's just because we don't like to speak. We've left it for some people who feel like, you know, they are in the industry and they are personal.
Jay, you see what Stone is saying?
And I'm speaking from my heart.
Jay, you see what Stone is saying?
This is passion. Left time to come over. Without this,
because of dancehall,
because of the music. How can dancehall be Ghana's problem? I mean, and that's a very irresponsible talk, and I put it to Ike. That's, you know, this will give him some shouts. Big respect. It's my brother. We all come from the ends. We can talk and argue many days. Moogis used to be his artist, if it still is. Moogis is a protege of reggae and dancehall, who's one of the most talented and biggest artists here. That statement, I think, if he retracts, will do very well. Will do very well for us. But he can keep to it because it is his opinion. But for us who defend and put resources, finances into elevating Ghana. I just came back from Ivory Coast.
And you have been doing well. You have been doing extremely well.
I just came back from Ivory Coast. Went to represent Ghana right there. Any stage you find me on, I have the Ghana flag. I'm a flag boy for Ghana. So I put my heart into it. I put my life into it.
Dancehall.
And none of that will happen without dancehall. Believe me, people say they're not even shooting no videos because they don't believe in investing in their careers. And we are flying. Empress is leaving her schedule. She just released. So dancehall is the best thing that could have ever happened to Ghana.
Check this out.
Aside everything Stone is saying, excuse me, because we grew up on that.
That
we grew up on that. We grew up on the Bujus and the Shabbas coming to Ghana.
If you talk Zima,
Peace FM. Well, and what's no Stonebwoy na tre na adwin wo me bone tofa opeso wo che se oni Ikenya adwin krakrakra dia waka no anke di so obe retract o chema onu say per Stonebwoy ayenim ne so oye dancehall artist no oye flag boy for Ghana baby a obe kobia no make sure say or the Ghana edi nanim na ye ka onipa o promote eye dancehall music a ton Ghana onu Stonebwoy odi mu akotene wo hwe eye le repertoire adwuma wa ye onu ochirema onu no de busy signal ba Ghana spice yi kro te he kro no de naba bini man ene de keka hu na odi o maba Ghana na no onjin tumu say dancehall ene the biggest problem eye Ghana music industry ye face yema studio ha na ye monitor ntem na yema Mr. Kwesi Ajiman proper welcome na ye ne share comment tili mame fa won shase.
Okay. Yet Ghana hana Shatawale 2 kwan no bae. You know, see, hey, wakonkomo be mu na nkomo no sentie. They be no identity again. Shatawale is a renowned reggae dancehall artist. Say, or the enu ne accolades nya no. Shatawale bae o se obeye high life because you know drop it both way because when who say any identity bia. Now, I think say Stonebwoy's heart and head is in the right place. His composure, no, not at all. Which is one thing I was talking about the other day. The temperament, how to handle heat as an artist. The level be I will do no still akabi, but his head and his heart was in the right place, and some no kind it was good, but it doesn't speak to the thing the guy was saying. What you are saying? Now I understand his reaction because he's a reggae dancehall artist. And to say obi kasentie sa Jana na one of the biggest problem of the country. Metiasie say obi feel it that way. But it still doesn't tackle the issue the guy spoke about. The guy was saying, which is Ike Gomsi, say if you look at Ghana music from the perspective from outside looking in we don't see any identity because currently we are saying we keep touting our shoulders. Stonebwoy is one of the biggest exports of Ghana. What Ghana is our biggest export doing? Reggae dancehall. So if Gomsi Tinabontine Kase your biggest
Afro dancehall.
What's no crap because Afro in Nigeria for term we use to and a dancehall there's any issue.
Afro basically means African.
But if you are out and once again, thank you for the point. Utinabonte now catch that spirit say oh Afro something beer or my dream Nigeria fed because of that I said Afro we not on my franchise like abeyo on my count adie hunu ntino. And to be there Stonebwoy has the right to defend his stuff. which he has done. Just say some more Kenya, it makes sense. Stonebwoy, you cannot say Stonebwoy does not promote Ghana. He promotes, but if you are standing outside, which is what Gomes is saying, and you look at Ghana, a damn sound the pan and if you are saying our biggest exports, which is Stonebwoy, and we keep saying it's our biggest exports, no, it's reggae dancehall artists. Is it wrong for Gomes to say Sebi? One of the problems is that because then it means that clearly they are promoting as their biggest exports. No, also does something that is not even linked to your side her with identity wise. And I agree with Stonebwoy. He had the chance while explaining, and it is true. These people are doing a lot for us, and I think tonight we said it. It is a shot and Beyonce or Maya Jumano. We were excited, but it was a reggae dancehall artist, and it still put our name out there. But the conversation this guy raised is identity. We cannot create any be.
Okay, Tina, Pacho Brim.
Anyway, still talking about identity, linked with what he was saying. One said, "So my language now kind of different." You watching a dream because you say the Gomsky mentioned say vulgar messages into almost oppressive, which it could be for Jamaican artists because of almost wording of lyrics. But over Ghana, let's be very honest. That's all music normal produce wahano. Media, I am yet to hear Fawe to be honest. And I say, to say, metie dance up, metie alkaline, we name is metie. And also sometimes, or raw and all that, very, no, could be so bad, like, yeah. So, Shenzi are so crying, and in me, so I listen to dance. But the thing is, me the I compare her in as much as, yes, yeah, dance no. I feel what we do here is total, like slightly different in terms of lyrics. So, in a way, we are within a range. In a way, who say a cultural background, no, fuaso mayen kekanye maybe, and they are careful, and even though they are learning or picking clues from Jamaicans, no, they are smart enough to bring it in our circle and let us enjoy good, matured dancehall music. I bet favor the Ghanaian populace, no. So I don't see anything wrong with. And with Stonebwoy's response, no, for me, I think Obia, personality traits,
right?
Everybody, and you Obia, fortunately, no. Wait me, I take that personality test to know where or the problem and how to overcome. I don't know if you understand. Obia Obi, maybe what if you are, maybe I say, be honest to my erratic. Maybe there are babies who are also so shortfalls one. So someone on take personality test, I'm sure say on kotiki no who how
are you saying say the way I responding will interview no
what people feel why
kakabi wo say sir
there be yeah funny say we do resources wa ho odin we sika won with time now we invest in craft. Why did you want say do say me pese hey obia or personal year was set man no target say me pese me drew her. It's because of that me di me hwe nyina bibia me kra ma ho den Jesus kwedu baby kwa ne bufu ma ne keka na adwen wa so dem church omo na me di ma ho den ato ho na me say me nyom na komani because me pese in the next week pese me yesi na me sa enya sa me kasa keke me di me sika shem me di ma ho den shem me time otutu kon family man otutu kwan wetime enya nkwajia okwan so nso onfa ho opushi na waye we nyina na obi abetena say adam play niema na say waka bibi tra keke say because of momuntina your problem in industry no you shouldn't say that Komsky no there was a better way ebi obeputi identity wise okay I feel when it dominate right now top artists when nyina no dance so you can make a submission like that, which you can relate. Say, and right now, if you are talking about top 2, what has this year dancehall artist, which is not their fault. The other genres, no, especially where we identify as hip life, no. Obia soon stop you, as I mentioned earlier on. Do something. Obia stop you. Okay. Stonebwoy is putting in, and we should also be a little bit patient with Stonebwoy when it comes to these things.
Na me tie unkoma uboya u kind amount for comments ni bebre na. Omuche say we say ye pay that international artist, ye pay that international appeal, but it looks as though say we are not appreciating investments.
Exactly,
investments are artists. We say stone money.
We all know how much a video to shoot a video when you easy. Natural quality of production as Stonebwoy they mind back to back. look at the way we are or invest na what you be say me cry me na me tianka kan move fu and me sometimes and just say I may defend over defend Stonebwoy. See, I think I can relate somehow with Stonebwoy because of your birth month. We Pisces no sometimes yes sir
yeah just a Pisces mo bu fu
and yes sir you say bu fu ntem yeah ade ye deserve an ade ye we na say oh yeah I say oh play on us yeah so me react and then I make us sentino umbra form don't take it personality don't take it. I think when kaka san obi hu hawa ni maybe you just smile or answer it in a way that people will not come after you.
Okay. Socrates Rankomoni, the way some of these comments near the idea you're making on radio. So do you think it's really helping these artists who invested time, energy, money, any BBI or craft?
Oh, I mean I'm consistent too. That is why I appear sign better and see now. To say the meaning back can say, ya say somebody I invest in the time, ni BB the body, no better na radio so no downplay no won't say. It's the appear sign by no one say enemy tune for say. Stay
focused. And you, baby, I wouldn't come. I don't think Apia was downplaying.
No.
He was identifying existing problems.
Yeah. Being business needs to think on the private kakra. It won't say so no one say it here. Anyway, moving on. Me feel say me ni na ya adwen. Ni o maka ni nyina no. Me ni o me adwen. Yeah. Many of me are dream, but still on the identity, no. Still on the identity. Who can about shatter and anime can say? I think the main point, it is deliberate. We must be deliberate. As for getting the platforms, we are getting there. Stonebwoy is getting there, getting platforms. Sarkodie, they all get their platforms internationally. But me feel say. Enyum yentimi box ye ho enhye one genre yentimi box ye ho what am I say enyum bia reggae ye eni from the beginning almost in your friend there in straight gate to say bibi sir one of the documentaries on reggae and the bedani reggae, but there are artists and I name more example about Jimmy Cliff say utie Jimmy Cliff you're tagging as a reggae artist. But or yet different genres. What am I saying?
Right.
Bob Marley, I see or yet reggae icon. What's any new bia? Different. But we still tag him as a reggae artist. Near the reggae, no, I identify Jamaica. What am I saying? Intimate near shatter air can that time now. Or see, coming from Ghana, no. One thing in Quebec boy and say we should brand ourselves as high life artists. What am I saying? And no, ebeti mo type high life. Ebeti me a link you to Ghana. Mr. Ajima, ebeti me I explain natural say. Even visitors are a bano, tourists. Sometimes no, they search and near marketing kiti be boxing to me attracted, football to me attracted, music to me attracted. Until the moment you target, then it will lead you to the country.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Mr. Kwesi Ajima, where the MPC be you with you. Nti ebe busa say utie nkomo ya afani e koso yi na mpacho wo bi kafa ho ho
em say edi kan me chia tiefo na kakra me work and say me feel say music there is dynamic. Music is not static. Ye nyini no nyuma edi nyini ye na utie bi kura utie na fe de wo say hey enyu na na etie ne say no. Even in the US and other places, James Brown, money nyina, their music more or less is extinct in a way. It goes, different genres come, and then it works on you and it works on you, and then eventually you begin to love it. I believe that music is dynamic, and so let's not box ourselves into a little corner. When it comes to identity, I understand what is being said. Say maybe you want culturally and as a music wise, you want a song high life and a hip life and a Ghanaian Afrobeat. Yes, it identifies more with Nigeria. In the end, you're dancehall, but it doesn't mean say the artists dancehall artists now they are not doing a good job or they are being they are not selling us. I mean, if you take even Rocky Dawuni,
right?
What music does he play? Reggae, but he's one of the people who globally is recognized. So how many Grammys has he been nominated for? And every time they say from Ghana, And so he sells Ghana. Even this lady, Amarai, yeah. What song does she play? It's fused with so many different R&B's, codes, and but I mean, she's a big act out there selling Ghana. And you know, I think we need to appreciate where the comments is coming from. Say, Kitwinya say high life by Drusa level now. I'm 40. I want to say, wait, this is Ghana. That identity, we need to work on it. But to work on it, it means we need to invest more in the craft. We need to support our own. But I mean, before we get there, these guys are doing a great job. I remember me call Jamaica. You can see one of the year of return programs. You call Honum, and you see a call Bob Marley Honum. So the guy says, you know, this is from Ghana. I was really not say that's Stonebwoy. Yes. So that shows you how much they've also broken into the Caribbean markets. There are so many markets that they are recognized. And we need to encourage them. Now, choir working together, we can put music. I mean, but let's not downplay the effort and work of Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale and all of them. I mean, one of the songs that we have now, a few days ago, I got a call from Barbados. Right. During the year of Beyond the Return year launches, I mean, any guy be friend lead pipe. And you know, I used to sing to you for Beyond the Return program. Beyond the Return, and now the something is good, something like that. Samin any guy and a boy. Barbados for some baby almost a year be a friend we gathering next year, and they want to use that song, so they want to reach out again to Samini to come and work with the guy again to remix the song. Okay. So it tells you that our musicians are also pushing ahead, and they can get there. It doesn't necessarily mean say high life in Diombeko, but at least with what they are doing, it's also getting some global attention.
Right, rightly said. Yedin Komano Akwakugu, 58 minutes on top of the hour 3. Wasugusu, I would say Peace 104.3. Entertainment review. Now, I would say meeting the MCI. Mene Eya Kwesi Abwajine Jumedi Mu Chiami. Yanko Humeso Yeba. Yene Mr. Kwesi Ajimaba Between Komo.
Oh, John never leave. I know.
Sam Snake.
But don't listen me now. I mean, you tell them to fill up on me thing now. Now them see it clearly. That bust the word. Now them can't take my fire. I hate alone them and bring to me table, yeah. Now for them I hypocrite and backfire. Just shoot me and speed up them and fi bust me tire. Them see me I take over the entire. If me retire, oh I go bonfire. No matter what them hate we far. None of them could have wipe out Rasta name. Now the ghetto we are chanting Psalm 23 then we touch a road. Before we touch the road. Psalm 23 before we touch the road. Before we touch the road. Psalm 23 before we touch the road. When them be battling and struggling and heckling and tussling, I will be just a ninja. When them be tackling and giggling and never serious about a thing, one thing me do. Me never in a doubting thing, yeah. Man believe in my destiny, yeah. And that me use I get the Eden insane. Them and them a see weak blind and lame. No matter what them hate we far. None of them could have wipe out Rasta name. Now the ghetto we are chanting Psalm 23 then we touch a road. Before we touch the road.
Shout Psalm 23 before we touch the road. Stonebwoy.
Touch the road. Psalm 23 before we touch the road. No matter what them hate we far. None of them could have wipe out Rasta name. Now the ghetto we are chanting Psalm 23 then we touch.
So Yawada Utia entertainment reviewer. Yes, and come on, be say. At the tail end of a year, come on, Yeba no Ora Akwesi Ajiman, the chief executive of Ghana Tourism Authority, Ebe intervention or share your boss, and Nemin Dan Kwanya holding or however now Yatuan Komono so. And Sembia, flag bearer for the NDC, Rajon Mahama, Ushia creates for no Kumasi, APPOS here. Okay, it's here for Michelle Moa and Ora Kwesi Johnson Michelle. Gibran Kakra, Nia Kwamano, so far, Nanki, we Stonebwoy and Komoy, but the management team member for Stonebwoy, Chief Styles, Ewa Mano, so Ye nkomo kakra bem se bibi ho no pese odbo. Chief utimi kan.
Bossman.
Bibi aboko.
Me patron ya me adumo.
Right, yankomo ye gusu a bem se o se intervention. Ye maybe ho no e be pese odbo ankomo no ye ntiu ewie.
Yeah, me that it. Me patron common dey me tie pa. It's all about him say your brother go me sema okika, you know. And I'm speaking in my capacity as me as chief.
Okay.
As an obia minister na ejuma. Me so me hu bi matibi, me hu niam bebre. Me so me feel say na me contribute to whatever conversation I hear koso. Say it's a bit unfortunate say go me ekasasa because there are a lot of stakeholders involved in dancehall music in Ghana, not only in Ghana. Dancehall music has been dominating globally for many years, decades. Because the likes of Shabarangs, Ujubante, Mustati, and Koraka, Naye, Nimushe, Kama, Ujumutimi, Boshus, globally, Boto, FLA, Arena, near. Let's bring it down to Ghana. Said, if you need is about us identifying what genre of music you can say a deep echo. And we had the opportunity, and I'm saying a mistake point, you know. When you take it back to the days of high life, from our grandfathers, E.T. Mensano, Baya to C.B. Samotoe, it came all the way down to Daddy Lumba more time, which is the year 2000, if I can remember clearly. Near to sa. Sometimes I'm say high life, no. Esesa kaka entina aisa boga high life na no omoye no that the lumba no ebe sesa no to a bit urban kaka entina kwa say high life no na unhu so ye properly as in where it stands entina say generation from that time no enhu to identify properly with high life and hip life ebe din from that time hip life nearby we had opportunity again to take it globally, but in some way they be brave. You can say Becca and say ye na yetna because of time I can't menka be brave. And aba be do say that Nigeria for Nankasa and who said Tama Ghana started hip life. Hip life echo mixing hip hop near our own local high life echo no na omu here. So most of them from that time they used to be coming to Ghana, Sameboa. Most of them will come to Ghana. That time, Two-Face mo. Any Nigerian artist, Bia or Beblo, from Nigeria, the next step is Ghana. Before they take it out. We had the likes of Abrantier, Alodiamo in the UK that were doing shows back then. It's almost free, no more connected, no more they call. It's almost so then, almost here, Jumano, and I'm for now, so boa. I've had the opportunity to travel around the world with Stone. Krobia Obekobia, every city, Obeko. Nightclub, pub, baby entertainment one, Ubehu Nigerian be like around. Either so a DJ or a promoter or only club or you say. So they help in pushing their music. Their own people. And yes, the artists no can David Beba say, Bomenium, they help. They recognize the need, say they will promote their music, their own people wherever they find themselves. Nina take global dominance. But in terms of doing the music mainstream, was here Ghana had the lead. But we missed it. And to say, and then they have taken the lead. Ubo Afrobeat outside of Ghana. What they think about is Nigeria. Once you mention Afrobeat, what they think about is Nigeria.
So, Mimbusao, say, Ubo Jamaica. So, Ubo dancehall, Bekoinfa.
Ubo dancehall. Because dancehall has been major and very popular in Ghana, into what dancehall, they know, say, when it comes to Africa, countries like Ghana, Uganda, Gambia, Kenya, dancehall is still big. The Jamaican and dancehall artists, reggae for they are touring. Look at it around the world. They are going. Omuninam, Kenya, Gambia, near there. Today, Stonebwoy, the Spice, Abba. How many times run for artists, Jamaican artists, and buy? And yes, it's just for doing sake. It's intentional because or yet to connect the bridge from Caribbean, Edinburgh, Ghana. There's a lot of similarities.
So, money in your dreams and your can go me as a more, okay, say, Moon, who is
at all. That's no kind of Debbie. At all. Me feel and can say and say so Casa because on one Casa he's been part of it from a very long time. On him. So definitely dancehall cannot be the problem of Ghana music. And marketing. Marketing is Kasem Nigeria for no they found a way around it. Even their own guys they had the ECC to fund the music. They are following them with it. You find a Nigerian only artist but not because of the popularity, but because a person in Nancy you yanko sikaji 30,000, the 45 yanko munye. And then Nigeria is gaining global dominance because of music.
Okay.
Some few years ago, baby Nigeria for no cannot move person because of me in Nigeria. But today, because of Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy, they are proudly saying it. Into music, media, I was saying my dream basso. I was saying my dream basso. Obia official bet to me, baby. Let's all come. We just came back from Abidjan. Huge venue, how many see what? They have music. Ghana, we don't have it. Yenye biye so nyama bebre wa ha ye ni bi wa ha. And it definitely cannot be done so. When nyama bebre wa say investment especially. Okay. Mopa fa $1 million and Chelsea Stone Boys Stones $1 million every year. Na mu hu ade e bisi we wi asemo.
Chief, Yebedasi, Yamin Shop, I wish you guys well and regards to Stone as well. Chief Styles, that's manager. Stoneboy, and on ye kakra. Entertainment review soon as Yogwe, Nonabo Apahon Siman Wache, Mene MC Yabua, co-hosting with me today. I will show you so. Our next issue, Koma Yebabe di Ura Akwesi Ajman, Chief Executive Officer my Ghana Tourism Authority at Nasi. Na, and Komodiene fa. In some I course Kumasi, I think now Chimwa, yes. It has to do with former President John Mahama, who is a flag bearer for the NDC. Ekoshia, yenu anwa more creative art ni entertainment mu ewo Kumasi. Na eno na yenu abeku Santana kupiasie. In 70 bi ode 2 January yawade ebomam yebese nsisu biom. Former President John Mahama so ekasa wo dwumedie so. We'll play Nini B. Ninsem ni bi odi tuja. Na ya samba Abeku Santana and so eba be bo ninsem ni bi. Then we'll give opportunity to Ra Akwesi Ajman because I say ya ma Abeku kasana from no more kasana so kasebintu. We'll hear from him as well. But for now, yentie former President John Mahama.
Thank you very much. Madam Wase, Nyame Shramo. Enti Odrufia no bedi mpo abono. And so fans dey obenya bebre. Na e wasi yehwe na yetimi sesa sa you know. Senebeya creative arts for no so. Omoma yeni geno na omoso omutimi hwe omoma ene omoyeremu ne omukudumu. Osha Ghana Hanea creative arts na above from kra. Nanya creative arts nkwa oko sports sector so sa Black Stars afede yemu bebre ye Black Stars matches biom every say wa kuma betse wa hwe ya no akonya heart attack. Osha boxing na ya the box bia kwa ani ahwe no asan be fie bibia ekofom na e wo se ye boa ne peja ni nyina esanjina na nanso na me ogidi se NDC aban foforo e ba no ye the creative arts better front and center to try and raise it back to its glory days. Where the men can say bebre me bobo enyoma no so o ma tro speech ten bi wa and so men kind ni na me bobo so kakra na edi kan ye nua baba Sedike kasa na ka creative arts fund eye photo a ye de beto ho na ye de aboa the creative arts nti ɛno ɛyɛ adeɛ a sɛ ɛba a yɛbɛyɛ ntɛm na yɛ operationalize saa creative arts fund no sɛne ɛbɛyɛ a creative arts startups any businesses wɔ creative arts space no yɛde bɛboa wɔn yɛde bɛsɔ wɔn ase sɛne ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn bɛtumi ayɛ wɔn adwuma na wɔn apagya creative arts no ɔbɔ film village nso film village yɛaka ho asɛm aka nti mete Rexomar nkyɛn ɛna mbisa sɛ film village no mbɛsi ebi sɛ mmerɛ bi na yɛde sika bi efiri beebi ba sɛ yɛbɛsi film village no ɛwɔ Kumasi ɛna Fofi Anto Ata yɛyi firi aban mu ekyirɛ mi te sɛ na yɛde sɛ sika no the film village no ɛkɔ beebi foforɔ and there was some confusion about it until later ɛna mi te sɛ yɛsɛ yɛbɛsi no wɔ Kumasi bi mu ɛnso mi bisa Rex ɔsɛ yɛnyɛ nsi nti ɛwɔ yɛ manifesto mu sɛ sɛ nyame yɛ adama yɛbɛsi film village no. Now village no bɛyɛ center of productions nti wopɛ sɛ wo shoot and also discover wopɛ sɛ wo shoot apia no wahyɛ da no waba saa time sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ obiara bɛhu no apia kɔ aba yo nti arts village no baabi a wopɛ sɛ woyɛ production bi a wobɛnya set no wɔ hɔ and also a generating revenue a discover and it will help to lower cost of production for your filmmakers nti and also yɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛhwɛ then yɛnua Sadiq Akandada National Film Theatre since China for boy you see Rollins Abreso everything there it's not been rehabilitated into Osha Kwana Eko from any other baby I say oh yeah exhibition and I be sometimes curtains you know you can't draw the curtains stage you know I say and you baby I say room and Temrena so say he says who ye send a bit to me about the creative industry now Osha manifesto 2020 yɛde yɛtwerɛ mu sɛ yɛbɛsi a second national theatre ɛwɔ Kumasi na yɛ 2024 manifesto yɛsan repeat wɔ mu sɛ nyame yɛ adoma sɛ yɛba a yɛbɛsi a second national theatre in Kumasi ɛfiri sɛ Kumasi ɛyɛ the center of the arts and culture in this country nti ɛno so yɛ adeɛ a yɛbɛhwɛ wohwɛ budget a maybe a finance minister a kind budget bia yetimi sika eto ho for sports enti Black Stars e ko baby a omuni baby omko yiska Black Queens e ko baby omuni baby omu yiska say Olympic Games and our Commonwealth Games sika no they make allocation for it and so I don't see why we can't make budgetary allocation for the creative arts.
Peace FM. Okay, so that's former President John Mahama. I don't know, right? Mimrana reacted to way first and Sana Mabebo Abekudiana and Mimbo no Tuaso.
Yes, monkeys play by sizes. Okay. Kayana, former President Kasadia, and Yamina also Jesu, but in seminar or kind be or I think in fairness to Ghanaians and in fairness to people in the creative space, no, I want to just draw attention. There's a report, August 6, 2013. President Mahama promises theatre for Kumasi. The government has secured funding from Turkish Export and Import Bank to put up a second national theatre in Kumasi. This is 2013. To promote arts in the country. President Mahama, who made this known, said the proposed national theatre would accommodate a larger audience than the Accra one. He was speaking on Monday during a courtesy call on him by players in the creative industry at the Flagstaff House, Kanda in Accra. In Tisa Papaya 2013 or say what you want can say me ba me you. He was president then. Or say wakoji sika or Turkish Export Bank. Since Okansa 7, he still had 3 years as president. Intika question ka Kumasi for me nuanom creative as for mo Kumasi no. Na wo se ka mo busa no ehone hona na say na Turkish sika no 2013 adena wensi. If the same person comes back this time,
is it Enuna no ka say Fofi Anto ata sikebi free baby ban because
no. I know he was talking about Film Village. No, he talked about say Film Village. Now commotion about BC Film Village.
No, okay about theater no.
Or sit you. He has secured funding 2013. He had 3 years.
Okay, Mr. Ajima. Me say okay about the theater ne say omo agiskebi. Fi baby baba Fofi Anto ata no menti about the theater no ye okay Kumasi.
And we no Fofi Anto ata. Kwesi. Oh yeah there. But wait, this is graphic online.
Oh.
President Mahama promises theater for Kumasi.
Mbacho, you are not being fair to me, Rajima.
Oh, Kwesi.
I can repeat the
okay, pa repeat you. But he never mentioned theater. He talked about Film Village. I heard it. Or say he come up see Film Village. And or says Sikano, come with the ko baby. In a yakusi in a tree. Amanfo ye dede no mo san say mo de baba Kumasi no busa resoman say sa yenyansi into mo ba on besi. Exactly what he said. That was not in relation to the theater, but say me kind no he's a former president in Tiana monkeys play by size. I don't want to go too much into but I just wanted to point this out. So if the same president now comes back on Tuesday 12th November will share the creative arts, not say we'll build a second national theater in Kumasi when voted into power. I'll put the two together and say, so what happened to the first one? He talks about sustainability of the arts, how the creative sector say a gukra, a bofom kra. I mean, you don't say these things because we are all in this country. Yes, there are challenges in the arts, but I can point to about 4 key issues when it comes to governance. The Creative Arts Agency has been set up. We didn't have a Creative Arts Agency in this country. So we work as a creative arts agency. Then when it comes to mobilizing support, regulating an industry, you need that sort of structure to be in place. During President Mahama's time, they started something, the Creative Arts Council, which the Akufo-Addo government took it to the next level, set up a council, and then now has formed the Creative Arts Agency as a legal entity to regulate the industry. That is not an industry in distress. Osha, even the December in GH last year, I think if you can quote Shatawale somewhere, he said December 2 million CDs. I don't know where I read that thing from, but all the people in the arts, you can call them one by one, Stoneboy, Saakodi, whatever it is. Never in the history of Ghana have we had an event or a program where the arts, everybody within the space, and when we talk about the creative arts, it's not just the musicians, people in sound engineers, ticketing, equipment, all of them, crafts, everybody is benefiting. We have a video that I wish I could play. Uko Art Center, go and talk to them. Last year when they almost say the sort of sales they make in December, it's even more than the 11 months that they sell. And so this is not an industry in distress. Yes, anybody who comes will have to improve. That is governance. That is how nations are built. You build on what, but this is not an industry in distress. This is an industry that is growing, and we've put in place several things that are creating the enabling environment for our arts. And Nema President Mahama Kaine there. I feel say idea dada. I mean, there are so many things that we can talk about, but I just wanted to point out that when it comes to the National Theatre crowd, he's promised a theatre in 2013 in Kumasi. He couldn't deliver it. Uba National Theatre, I think last month or 2 months ago, there was a video. One of the bloggers went to National Theatre, saw air conditionings that have been purchased to refit the whole place. There have been several maintenance works undergone at the National Theatre. Even at the National Theatre, in the state that it is, look at how they've been working with private sector, and that's why we call the PPP agenda of this government. Into people like Uncle Ebo, George Quay, how many times during NDC time. Now who the number of theaters, plays that are played at the National Theatre. But now they have gone into some relationship with the people. Say, Moba, let's come do this, we share the revenue. And so because of that, the co-share arrangement that they have with these producers, Ubusan Kleboma, almost every time there's a theater that is at play at the place. It's, comedy shows are being done at a level that so I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail because I believe that my point and the last Thursday when I called into the program was that there are certain things that me feel say I had to put it right, because you can't say Omoba and tourism and Kwesi, you play this, and I don't need to even call into the program. If somebody in this country can say Akufo-Addo government tourism now they finish the show now, then I don't think you're also being fair to us. Because
Mr. Ajman Pacho Nyabutre na Nyabutre Mpacho bebre Nyabutre, because senya osi kan asem no na say I'm not being fair to you. If I was not fair, and me ma kwan kra ma onkasa. Mpacho ti say wako program, Mpacho ti say wako program. Rajman na wakasa na maba na mebo speech na review ebi ansem na kan. You understand? No dear.
But some le fire ho into reviewer. Ube reviewer. The right of Yinak wa fresh asema papa kan dey na wo kan. But what uni
no mo kan no wante.
Why?
I'm kind of man. No, meeting out can I say? I'm just saying, sir. You have to understand.
Okay, let's move on. Send away our
No, but you see, you've level accusation.
Okay, I will do that. I will do that accusation. Send the ocean.
Because 1, 2, the MPP, oh God, how do I even describe them? To say Yawada say. No one about the good Facebook on them saying you are bullying Socrates, you are being disrespectful to Socrates.
Now Socrates who bet for bullying. I
am saying that the MPP for no Facebook, yes, live streaming, so who call I want to see
we need Facebook until
but again, I mean since because AB and the Obi ha want in ya be kukan ye no. Na me sama wa kwenya no.
Okay.
Me mama ese se obo me abaso na wie wa ba se oba be.
Okay.
Mama kwan. People have reviewed this thing all over on the entertainment platforms.
Oh,
they have played the voices. They have discussed.
It's about audience no, because I value what you do here.
Me and mama kwan.
Okay, but that's it. What
ba area?
That's it. It's only about basusubo because
tourism, we are talking about a socio-economic activity that inures benefits to the host communities. Now, in the year 2011, NDC, MI, Peja Tourism Board, a tourism authority. Now, Ora Julius Debra, and the executive director at the Ghana Tourism Board in 2010. Yansha Emrano. Act A71 edena emrano eka enu so mfaso enene aban ADDA nanso omumfa credit ema NDC a ole the foundation airport e Kumasi NDC na hye airport e Enkran NDC na hye eneme ne wo kasei 52 member countries of Africa obiya tumi ba Ghana onya visa on arrival the year 2015 and His Excellency John Dramani Dibai eti yaka tourism yenya major policy transformation asesa ye industry and ye sector ukoda hotel eto awutua no 1% eko aban ho na eko aban ho esese odi develop the industry na wo mu no NDC na ye san hyehyɛ no adenti na monya sa sika no na momfa nya adwuma esese omomutua eto no enya efimu anopai ye pese obia ti ase se sa wo eye creative arts wo craft ye ba the citadel of culture eye asantememu
I'm can one say abeku na no pakakra na sem kano. But to put matters in context once again, me they always feel say every government comes and supposed to improve upon near Bobia Babaye. Oshe Ghana Tourism Authority last year 2023 near 50 years. In the end, you say Quebec say a champion or starting you or setting up no. Ubibia Wabia no a champion. I mean, that's not what we are saying. There have been several things that have been done under this government. Yes, Ghana Tourism Board became Ghana Tourism Authority in 2011. That is a matter of historical record. Ubia to Mrs. Sano. There was also in the law that set up the Tourism Authority in the Act, the setting up of a Tourism Development Fund, which is 1%. 1% of what people consume in tourism establishment is supposed to be used as a tourism fund. But obi ti sabe kubeka say na dentina mo fa say sika nye bibia o yinuma na ehona me say and they kase ni because abeku fan say oye obi a me abeku ya madamfo nti ka asemwe kura Kenya asema ka o say you be argue on it on radio, but let's put it side by side. 20 abeku oye osan a tour operator Kaya Tours. Maybe an office or a tourist information center, Accra Tourist Information Center. It was built and commissioned, part of it, in 2016. Ena abeku unyane office wo. Other tour operators ewo. Yebai oko hosisia. We've created 2 conference centers there. Conference rooms there, sorry. That has become the meeting point for almost everybody in the industry. Tour operators be meeting a hono muyeno, Queen Mothers be meeting a hono muyeno, Hotels Association be meeting on beno. Sisi abeye bibia ewoha obi enim. We brought it today and we extended the place. Baby a Gold Coast restaurant wo. GTA Ghana Tourism Authority in 2017 under my leadership. In ye abe kuya we ye be the same place. Oba infrastructure improvements are and you are aware because you are told operator that goes wrong.
So 1% no ebia obo to far. DNA say a because any or can say okay, so 1% in baby say mo de kono mo mfa nko.
No, the law even mentions one for marketing, for investment, infrastructure improvement, for product improvement, for capacity building.
Okay.
Offer marketing pay now for year of return. Over December in GH, Experience Ghana, Share Ghana, See Ghana, Eat Ghana, Wear Ghana, Feel Ghana, all under this government. Now who you operator in the industry? Then your politics are 1% over can create intia. Can you go and say 1% more financial? That is why I have a problem. So if we drop political platform now, President Mahama Okasano, he was quoting Rexoma because he's not in the industry. But Abeku Santana, you're an industry player. You are sitting in an office of that belongs to GTA. So I mention no. Yeah, man, you say man, say buy because Abeku Santana. Maybe Abeku I know him where he comes from. But we work together. There are several times we've been to forums. Abeku is doing very well for the industry. So I mention I wouldn't even go anywhere and criticize the work that he does. But if you blatantly try and distort the information, because you know Abeku, you've been to Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, you've been to Kintampo Waterfall, you've been to Bungusu Eco Park, you've been to Zulezu, you've been to Salaga Slave Market, you've been to Atikona Phase 2, Tafia Tome, Morire Kenti Museum, Nina Abeku, who industry wouldn't go for call. And you know, Selber said this was funded under the Tourism Development Fund. Then you go and stand on the platform and say 1%, you know, what kind of is that? Is that how? Look, say aware. Say under this same government, Nationalism Park won't cry here. For a very long time. Juma Sacred Grove Juma. Geese Park, maybe President Atamils that there's a place there, Geese Park there's major development going on there. And we've had several forums. And see Kobe from Association of Tourist Sites and Attractions. Abeku is one of the principal members there. I was at their inauguration. At that inauguration, we mentioned all these sites. It can't be say onim akoye boapayo. Inti me feel say I needed to also come and explain to people what we have done it's accountability hour. We need to let people know what we have done. So there are several sites, several tourist attractions. As you see, America say Pikoro, Ejuma Ekoso, maybe by next week we'll finish. That's a place that has not been fixed ever. Pikoro who started a slave trade story now. It starts from Salaga and Pikoro, where the place people unfortunately our ancestors were camped for months. Uko Salaga, there was a slave market. July de tuja. Tourism forum platform and who pictures near who video also Abeku Santana also.
So it's not a case here be up, sir. 1% in near my be a bossy. Moody be caution beam for that matter being tia or casar because you specifically born your name Abia Emrano.
Mabubo Bebre in a go to us one Bosu Bebre. He's aware oh me say when you are aware and you distort information. It's criticism there. Nobody's above criticism. Yeah. The president has been criticized several times on nobody's above criticism. But when you try and distort, because marketing the year of return, the beyond the return project and in Nehemiah December and GH, all these things you get support from the development fund, the tourism development fund, but it's not even enough. Until sometimes we also go to Ministry of Finance for support to try and upgrade some of the things that we are doing. So don't come out and make it look like sikep futobia ba and I won't find you because there's evidence in the industry. There's evidence for somebody who is a player in the industry to know. In a media, so several times we've called media engagements on some of these things that we have done in the industry. It's there. You go there, walk in Tampo. Yeah, by 2017, Kintampo Waterfalls. Unfortunately, March 18, 2017, in a Diako Bugun for so honum. And a Kintampo. Yeah, canopy walkway cross account. I a zip line. I ain't a baby zip line. Okoya pevu. So don't come out and say 1% from one financial. Uber even training capacity building for the industry. GATOF, the Ghana Tourism Federation, the umbrella body for the private sector. Abeku Tour Operators Union of Ghana. You are under GATOF. Support idea momo. Tour Operators Union of Ghana. Yeah, Abeku Kanwi. You almost started 2 years ago. Almost one person go around the country. No more products. No send a more time or more for. He was part. He knows it. He's on their platform. So we funded even the tour operators to go around the whole country to visit various regions, and their reports but because they are tour operators. Yeah, market. We don't do sales, so we will market the country. See Ghana, eat Ghana, wear Ghana. Who are the ones who send the people there? It's a tour operator, so we work with them. No buy, no see. Baby, how many more? And then Western region. They partnered with the Hotels Association. We supported them. We provided funding for them. Inti nema bibri over governance, film authority, establish creative arts council agency, establish legislative instruments, tourist sites and attractions. Mima example, you call Kintampo, a diabubo and Kofa Sebi Nipa 18 a frimo. You call anyone and say, look, we don't have any legislative regulation on tourist sites and attractions. So that was one of the first legal documents that we prepared, took it to Parliament, and it got passed in 2019, such that every tourist site has to be registered and licensed and graded. Until like we do with the hotels. Until hotel because we a 5-star. Uba tourist site we a category A, B, C. Ni na beku you are aware. So I mentioned until you are creative in what we call the public-private partnership forum. And in the act now 2011 normal pass it says there shall be established a public-private partnership forum. ABNC 3 years ago, any establishes a public-private partnership forum. Every quarter we meet. Last one I hold year was in Cape Coast around Afashe. Industry for Asia. And this is a steering committee made up of hotels, tour operators, car rentals, and all of us. We sit together. What are the issues at play? They've complained about multiplicity of taxes. We went round, we met with JRA, we brought in a consultant, we've done a paper that we have presented to the Ministry of Finance. Say, look, for our industry, let's look at a flat rate or even a flat rate VAT. And that is why, for example, when the Vice President and our flag bearer, Dr. Baumia, talked about flat rate, I get excited because I know how much it will impact our industry. Because if you go to a hotel, Ghana, people complain, say hotel boy day. But Honoma, rates $100, VAT be 20 something. Now we go. So now see about 3% flat rate and 5% krana. Then it helps in reducing the cost. And some of our people, like the small players, like the SM, you know, to go and do output, input, and all those things. Now, in simplify, no, flat tax rates. You will see the number of people even at the art center who will come in. December in GH Ghana week. Last week, for example, we were in South Africa to do with the Wanderlust team. To meet there, we did what we call the Ghana week, Taste of Ghana in South Africa. Why do we do these things? Because you have to stimulate demand. Tourism, and you say, Ghana. You have to create a certain top of mind awareness. Many people say, if I want to go on vacation, this is the place I have to go to. And we have been very deliberate in targeting the African diaspora into places like US, Caribbean, and other places. We do a lot of marketing campaigns there. And that is how the numbers are growing. And Abeku knows that the numbers are growing. You know, but when you come out publicly and I know when it's political season, so you want to be on show to your party people that you are also there. But speak the truth, because whatever it is, we are building an industry, and this industry will transcend. Look, I know we came in 2016, NDC was there, we came in, we built on so many things that they had also done, but it's a fair and accurate say. Within the last 8 years, you can't compare it to anything. You can't.
All right.
And even the promises that have been made going forward, and in terms of with the commitments that have been made by the vice president and all those things, these are things that will really, really change the dynamics of the industry and for the better. And I think that's what I wanted to react to.
Medasi, if you maybe and you maybe about Mamima panel members no embrim. Secret or Tihonum say ni truation shay and now turn a lie so ni so no problem. Tina Oraku si ajima kasa minim bibi wa bi abepeso bebisa na contribution bia mamintio
me dem pese me bisa wa samansa na me de on say na o abeku kasa no. I think you mentioned say that 1% from the taxes no moje for hotels no omo fanye juma. I mean, that's I'm quoting from what he said. Me pese me bisa, do you have some form of like detailed reports bia say bia tourism funds no you are locating say and I say near spending, because me want say yeah wa ha no but no say if all those informations public nim say sika no afi bia nya say ke di say ekosi ya sa no obi political talker as a lay person who me politician no, I'll be able to also discern and know say the way can asimeti can ampa the enya sembiana ebi wo ha benya akwanya ayeden abechechim. Don't you think enka ye hu de nya sen ye de sen afi sen ye spending? Don't you think no be one mo bibi sanso amayu?
Okay, na me can me sorry because na me say uchaso from 2019 it didn't even exist. For 2019, today I didn't bring it back. We see Wadaruma next week. We are audited. If you go through the Auditor General's report, all this information is there. But we've even gone beyond that. We do what we call the annual tourism reports.
So every year, baby.
Every year,
bisa.
Visit Ghana, Ghana.travel. You can download copies of it. Now visit Ghana tourism reports. In your financial reports that are also audited every year, and no audit service or more a year. We download. We've never been even cited.
But I am mama and Kofo who say Bibisa because I say no Biana me sure say will be credit to Bibisa ba.
About reporting about look
publicity in that area maybe.
No. It's not lack of publicity because some these reports, for example, ISA, Bank of Ghana, so many institutions, we make copies, we send it out. And then also on our platforms, these reports are there that you can download. But what I am saying is these are not matters that is just
they actually me they different and who were they say we did was it to highlight way no me can't baby
these are not matters that in our own say just for accountability, you know. When we do all these projects, and you can go to Bonre right now, you can go to Bunsu, you can go to Kintampo. Everything that we have done there, we'll say this is done with funding from the Tourism Development Fund. The Tourism Development Fund, there are guidelines for areas that you can use the money for. Marketing is one of them. For example, the marketing, when we go out and sell the country, it's not cheap. Recently, last week, there was a delegation. They just came from World Travel Market. World Travel Market happens every year in London. Every country goes to showcase themselves. But to get even a space, the minimum cost of that one space is about £40,000. Then you have to build a stand. You can decide, say, Larabanga and I fear setting, and I bet my is too. Sometimes we do. I think the last time we did something was Independence Arch, you know. Yes, you. That will also cost you money. Plus the private sector, we bear that cost for the private sector because 40,000. We will say it's a private sector. They register, they go. Sometimes Kaya Tours goes to some of these things. We are not above accountability. I'm not saying we shouldn't account for our stewardship, but when you come and say 1%, Ghana Week in DC. Ghana Week in DC. About people, you say a friend is saying, Kotoko players be US. Everybody talked about it. How can Abeku not know this? Ghana Week in DC, I take it the whole week. In America, the capital city of America, to say this week is dedicated. Yene Howard University, Stoneboy, Echo Howard University, Samini Echo Howard University, Manifest, Echo Howard University. Under this thing, so Socrates film Tuntum was premiered at Howard University. The university declared the whole semester as the whole year last year as a year of Ghana. Why? Because we've been deliberate in engaging them, marketing, and Mimi Warren say if there was a person who didn't know saying this thing on a platform, I probably would say, so, okay, maybe let's educate that person. But this person knows. This person ought to know because in the office, a honor will be an industry for in a meeting. All the launches that we have done, year of December in GH, whatever it is, he sits in, he is there. So how can he not know? That's my worry. But there's politics. So with my years, let me talk about my achievements in the baby, even digitization of the Visit Ghana app. Which one download? Then you are
another app.
Oh yes, and app the world is now full of apps, and that is what we need to understand. If you are not going that way, you are not there. These are matters that I feel say we shouldn't spend too much time. But look at what are the promises that have been made by these numbers. There are growth in numbers now. Jobs created, tourism receipts, arrivals, domestic tourism. I'll go to domestic tourism. 2017, the total number of people who had visited tourist sites in the country was 457,000. 457,000. How do we get this data? Koje Kintampo ni percent about ho, Bonre 10% about ho, Nzulezu ni percent ho, 457,000. Last year it was 1.407 million, 1.4 million. So this is not an industry in distress. This can never be an industry. Never move on. 2019, major year, we moved it from 457 to 669. Uber licensed tourism enterprises. I invested new in this industry. 2016, it ended the year at 2798. As at last year, 4,613. Untisa uko cantonments, Laboni, Lounge, Ayebie, uko Kropon, Bas, Ayebie. This now becomes part of the growth because someone employ Nipa.
Okay, all right.
I feel about commitments. I feel about commitments. So, Papa Alaji. Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, incoming president.
1 month.
Or they are 2 years. So, senior look tax incentives, seed funding. Near former president Kai won't say you launch in answer, but it's good to copy. It's good because idea you say obi ya idea na idea. It's almost so a committee of mohono. It's good. But set up a cultural heritage fund. It's in the MPP manifesto. Set up Ghana as a conference and exhibition destination. Uko trade fair centers is here. Mr. Free here. Ni Africa. Kwesi. Ni yako. Ube huwe jwa mudi ho 20,000 seater capacity.
Enra me ko ho.
20,000 seater capacity. It is a what you want to platform. So now waka say industry is in distress. Hey, which industry is in distress? Airport, yes, when I started, and you Kotoka International Airport, when I started. Obia Banwa BABF, so now say, President Mahama started in Kufa Dubai. Yeah, in Tisao, Kufa Dubai, and he took over and continued under NDC. Would you Suhum Kwai, Kumasi, Accra Suhum, they abandoned it for 8 years.
Okay, but that's right.
8 years. Now, Obi Bano by Fano Yeni, I will say, I know the other than Madia me, you want to also. Hey, you went to us near there because Ghana for no, hey, him puntu. You
Enra, mean your opportunity no to go and see the trade.
Empacho. So MPP for now mobile program, Facebook na say mobile trauma no. And no Raj Machi had him say Mukano, Montron Semno Samra. Because there be NDC Babetra, and then they move to me by point to NDC, remember NDC.
Because so a woman in Jim. I did talk about yes, now Facebook already I am can't have bro.
I don't know a war and you're making a war now.
Oh, Debbie, but me there's
an only movie now.
Debbie.
Una mama, yes, I did
Debbie that.
I mean, come on, say,
okay.
Tilly, be until.
Yeah, me say, Enra, mean your opportunity to go and see the trade fair. If I didn't know more kind of convention center, no, and it's a ginormous thing on Moya, Sebi or Moya, a bit one way or the other. But all the same, in common way now, Senya, Mr. Kwesi Agyeman, like he's that's why a bit surprised with Abeku Santana. No, the surprise with Abeku Santana is also very surprising to me. Like the way you are surprised at him, no. As someone who can, say, and your politics, but no, you political platform. So I didn't know, Sebi, I need that one. Only the entire Nipa jina campaign platform so. What were you expecting, say? So become my MPP
campaign platform Jesse Chantro. Former President Neka say Emmanuel Sem they drew campaign time and ye Chantro ni can ye penya. But that thing has to stop.
I understand.
We need to stop that and let Ghanaians also politics, no. Yeah, my politics is not attractive view because why? OBF is so coordinate political platform they are also Chantro. It shouldn't be like that. When the facts are there, 2011, yes, the Tourism Act was passed in 2011. I will never say it is not. Minia Julius Debra is somebody I respect very well and very much. He was the CEO at that time. So but it became effective in 2013. Yeah, by almost every month, 700,000 cedis, 700,000. So we've grown the fund to a point where we are able to do things in the industry. What I say, but it's not my place to go and stand somewhere and say President Mahama Wanya industry. It is we are industry player. We are tenant. So me no trase ye meetings near the ade. Now Babontin now become we are near me. But we'll move on. Let's move on from that type of politics. That's all I'm saying. To a politics where people can believe say near way cano no cre near way cano no cre. It's not Vice President Bawumia. Assembly or no yes, he will say certain things, but no name calling is not part of his politics.
Okay, then
that is the new politics that we want to introduce into the country.
Let me bring it back home then.
Yes.
Misinformation, I understand.
Yes.
But Americano. Baby, I will China now or Casa Assembly.
Including a political platform, they also control.
No, men Casa own control.
But you have to misinform.
I think he also explored a certain loophole with MPP. And that is where I'm coming to.
All right.
Kasa, you spoke about marketing, and I agree. So when it comes to internationally, how GTA put their YMPO and with the fans or not to promote Ghana, travel to Ghana, nobody can sit anywhere to say
but somebody sat on somewhere. Somebody sat somewhere.
No, let me finish. We can't say someone because guess what? Yeah, we see it. The marketing you are doing outside. You the marketing and me try I saw where the misinformation was. Me tell me who say oh where they no cray because me ni mu crampo no I mean ni friend ni crampo ni say why are there. But you see when it comes to, and then when it comes to the domestic tourism, local marketing to yen Ghana ha, and yes sometimes so create our bet na platform na kumobia ba na wa faso aye a certain advertising for certain things you are doing. I think marketing of adena mo ye no ti yen ya say be nkrofoni bi a be ekuko gino mani mani omo kasa no. I think say hot to chima over the years when it comes to GTA or let's say MPP and munyoma maye because ma bo adwuma.
But when they no the data, oh we are see ye kasa nyina bibia ye data o. Let the data work. The data tells me say domestic tourism moved from 457,000 in 2016 to 1.4 million in 2023. Say anya market now 2017 before we launched year of return in 2018. No, you launch it first. See Ghana, eat Ghana, wear Ghana, and feel Ghana. If you want me share suit to be matadi ame should be making sure say we say me brand your friends say cut out. But Ghana font tell us one pamata de
kakra na memboa yenkomo. I think say the actually trend say ejuma de maye send ya wo can the data doesn't lie numbers no wo ho na sa data na momo wo no dero ben na mo bofa wo send e be ya the lay person no wa ase on obeti ase send e be ya okogina baby na obi tun futura gunani obetumi achem sa we dia wo boa ana no me ko ha say me ko read data say net here.
Yes, aside that I mean to add to the ya boa kano na me kano when it comes to pushing Ghana internationally why there but no creme so we say sitting here and seeing the kind of idea koso when it comes to preaching tourism in the
feedback we work on it
as part of the marketing
we work on it to improve upon it but all I was saying is I will work to make sure that the information is readily available but oma ye toma omone tour operators no and I make the numbers no show say there's been significant and yet even it doesn't compare to international arrivals because domestic tourism right now is grown past international arrivals but I take the feedback say maybe the common man on the street may not know until we work on it.
And I mean politicians like that they are talking to the common man because someone when him say be only but me say it is not right. Okay. But most also say you have to be for your kind of feedback you are taking.
Thank you. Okay. Hotel occupancy. But you say me no floor no. I come in 7 minutes. Say me I can move the man.
Ya fache me empacho aman for say mimbusa say fan no sikado do say na generate catch them.
Okay. Last year we generated a total of about 30 something million cedis.
Yes. 30 something.
About 38 million cedis. That is average of about 3 point something million. But the fund is what we use for almost everything in the industry as of now. So how is it allocated? The board has a certain allocation ratio. About 22% of that goes into marketing. And like I explained to you right now, no, we start the year. We started with Vacanti. Vacanti first is in Amsterdam, Holland. Sorry. Near Coffee 2, Bimoko ITB Berlin. Then we go to WTM. We have road shows that we do. Some of these shows, no, for example, if you go to WTM, like I indicated, last 2 weeks there was the WTM, which is the biggest tourism fair in the country. You have floor space alone is about £40,000. So convert that into cities. Then you have the build up. The build up was about 20,000. So between the two is about £60,000 just to represent Ghana. And Sanipa Ebeko omo tickets omo per DM baby ombeda no is born. Then you have other programs. So marketing takes a chunk of it. Then we have product improvement. So like I've listed products.
You mean marketing takes a chunk of
about 22
fund, about
20% of that. That's what I said. And then you have investments, which is the product improvements. So if you go to places like Inzulezu, Salaga, Ejumayayo, I mean to build up a whole facility in Salaga, that will probably cost you about $1 million or so. So these are things that are there. I take phase 2, Pikoro, Niamasisi Amekase, yeah. There are about 5 projects concurrently ongoing. Pikoro, slave market, Tano Boase, Sacred Grove View Honum. There's Nationalism Park opposite the stadium in about 2 weeks, and I say we'll adore it. You'll see it, magnificent. Geese Park.
We are looking forward.
We have
to
the
Mr. Kwesiene de Mijawa and Yama Obeki Kawahani. Ye time linti.
Oh yeah,
Mesha say
Ube be one who say, hey, Ejuma Mayeni. But Uka, I am Mr. Moko so animal busanko for no weavers no. Almost a visitors about ye be no match as of September, Nanipa 3,650 alcohol. Okay. Out of that 3,650, about 80% of them are Ghanaians.
Okay.
It tells you, say, domestic visitors are also going there. Nani a bro woman say, Okwa, Omamu, and you can't and they are telling us, guy, no, the number my friend amazing.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Jiman.
Sites what can say what the tourism vendors start be kumu echo just to go and see because you wanted to know tourism.
Yes.
Organizing a more fun day.
Yes.
Have you thought of now it comes back to marketing? Have you thought of doing that with media too? Because we in America no thinking say the tourist way for about media no na say they can correct certain narratives say they are be kuye.
Okay.
Let's organize the media too. Let's take
it. Have a coordinator. I didn't mind. Don't worry. No. Thank you.
Let's move on with this conversation. Hold on, Mr. Kwesi Nyabote. Mema umrema wakasa. But ye pusu ahuma na nanka ye fra beku nanka ye ni ne di nkomo bi ti wo obeka say bia ya friend by your friend no ye nsanka no. Enti ye best let's move on with the conversation. Aka mreka krebi na ya pon. Yep.
And the show no okay no.
Okay.
The show so now you can no busa me question so na me answer.
Okay.
Because I didn't say
now. Yeah, we moving on. Moving on. One or two questions. Be me person me busa. Wakasepi. One or two questions. Be me person me busa. Yeah, the wrapping up conversation. You say, I think so. Wakasan waka bibi about a flat rate. You know, watch it. And ye na ye jitum se ba bua ye industry ni bebre. Na sembisa ba kwa me person me busa and say all the time na ya na and Wakasan who make a statement. Be I'm really happy with say you are not scaring away from accountability. Ehun here. Me person me busa say dachi be months from now dachi. Say be ana Vice President Bawumia if and I repeat if say otumi wini sa election we are. Da ben and our best sign yes our flat rate policy now. Ebe to me apply on a ban tourism hotel entertainment near the idea.
I wish I had the answer to that, but it's one of the policies that I believe I greatly support. And when he wins, we have about 3 weeks to election, and I know definitely looking at the numbers and things that are happening on the ground, he's going to win. Or when tourism sector because tourism and creative arts manifesto committee. Now me a co-chair of that committee. One of the things hotels association, free agencies associations Obia talked about flat tax rate. But the core now you said the economic team on so they are on the economy no. That is what they had proposed. And looking at a funny a proposals are the way they I believe say it's one of the things that will be the first things that he will do. And we are very, very happy about it because for our industry, last year when Honorable Ken Oforiatta read the mid-year budget, we made proposals to in the budget. We made proposals to him. Say, can you consider our flat tax rate, for the tourism sector? Say, into any way will be a crowd sector because Osha sector we na a funny page jumao. Upesa far will be hotel receptionist and I say housekeeping or credit degree or credit group. And then you say free into a senior secondary school Ukraina or to Aquakoyebi. So on a mention into a Biajumama Nipa Bebre and Osha numbers now say grow. And to see we have a backlog of people who have registered on Accra this year Uko Airport 4 Points by Sheraton is about to be opened. Hotel 200 rooms. Say bia as a 4-star or 3-star. Look at the number of people that they were employed.
Okay.
Inti may with tourism as semono niagro and find propaganda and could say shame koso industry because this is an industry that we can attract. Because everybody to maybe I will danky to be over to turn into guest house. So we need to need grow into say young fat nipana ya encouraging nipana more industry and we come and downplay everything that is going on. It's not right.
Medasi.
Why am I ready about me? So that was say
Emra way now. Emra radio time. Second prize.
Masa nya odi ma uka president Muhammad ya oboni abekudi okabuma so watch media me Bob replay pa kwesi. We mean I don't know it. I want to work kakra. Honestly I'm not there moment.
This why I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, thank you.
Socrates.
Yeah, kwesi.
You have to cede your time to Mr. Kwesi Ajman because minimum the ura Kwesi Ajman there now become you.
Oh, Kitwe be I just want
there
to
now become you.
No, information be pen me dey to abonte.
Because person be say ura Kwesi Ajman.
Oh, quickly maybe say maybe just information because see when say Commission on Culture a program be for student drama festival every year. Na ye program through that no ye timidi unearth student talents. From the regions thing are selected the best school. I'll be the best play.
Okay.
Accra National Theatre in 2014. Commission on Culture a patcho a pesika through this government through GTA this tourism fund the EIB. Yeah, nya emansade no enu na egu no be sin there. Say ye person revive that program no. It took a government to assess our program no. Nem kwara students the Commission on Culture and next week I can bring you a book that a compilation of their scripts. In book drama scripts no moye no a compilation. Ni nyina ka go kwesi. Some of these things no who will be no criticizes government. No uhunya or no aya yakwesi.
Okay. Me that say. Well, Kwesi Ajman, we a personal question, personal because only pa couldn't be humi. And because we penifoni be our bemu amati se omo kasa fountain mi busao. Fa Afro Nation. And me kase bre be twem. O kan radio show na Afro Nation e besa ba ni ne ka ho. Meboa.
That's why.
Okay. Ni omo be ye na besin koye no. Vendors ni bi omo suppliers. Penny back be whom you say, say Nick Kakre will over 200,000 Ghana cedis. Them sent me boy man in seconds can crank Kabian Camina cat Kakrawum. But basically, says Cano, mom supply generators near the Adinina, Musica, a seeing to me Ubusa, we say, oh, to say Faha, Kohanoa, Patrodena bet me account. Those people now, I saw Musica Kokemuno. They are now in found.
Because it's the first time meeting, say. Ubisika kemu Afro Nation to them say omo team kan and I say oni mama o de omumra and I say family
minimum say me su nipa no
my details no we'll go after them for them because Afro Nation is an established entity. They are there. They do Afro Nation in Portugal. They do some any almost sign MOU in 2020 just after 2019.
We no nya owura ya supply generator o de year fidie.
And I make it we will go after them say because almost agreement na your yeah no say we didn't organize Afro Nation. We provided support to them in so many ways. Send it provided to but the details of when they supply there you when a musician or okofano when they beton journey or when they know the details are can but any woman who say ka o dey number normal frame here now so send me details now I will write to them say they have to come and pay their bills. We are expecting them last year for them to come. Fortunately they have local partners that we know, so we will let them get in touch with them because sir, there will be a work supply there 200,000. On one in the first way you're saying, now a question there, until we'll follow up if it's like that.
Okay. Then I'll be chat to cry.
Because even that say, on platform media, they be no me baswa na many aji because I call you busi fee.
Yeah.
Inti me ba na mabaye but me feel say kwanya na odi ama no. So next week se me sambra me ba. Na masa beto am.
Na wo hwa daje.
Oh, me say had there maybe I make
because yeah the enkwani ahodin wo honko ade a wonim se ye ba betena ha.
Okay.
Nti wo na busa ho se wo adaje dia.
Okay, yes my member na me interview so create why idea but most more boy Juma.
I want you to come.
More boy Juma because the industry needs advocacy into some of the issues that you raise here no. I don't take it lightly. Okay. Saturday, man, I mean, you okra meeting me won't confirm me catch up with Mr. Munti entertainment review, mamma. Me wanting come on Bobiano, mite. And I think it's helping because it's educating the public on entertainment, but entertainment is business. And if we don't see it that way, yeah, can't artist the I say GMS the one man can be cry. They don't know me can't try to cry or GMS no one say here Ubagana has this here. Your 5-star hotel 4. 2 of them Kempinski, Moving Peak, they are sitting on land that was provided by government of Ghana. It is not out of place for government to support a private sector initiative. So if government can support a hotel and to build, government can provide land for other things. It's not out of place to government.
So what was that GMX in Komowe?
GMX
no, memo kasa nyabote Mr. GMX in Komono. So adie na ma adie we ababe ebia nkomodie tintin ni se entiase no a beto edwa kane no was say MPP aban streaming platform ama the creative industry. You understand? Yena yetiase there's PPP, public private initiative aban ni ankronkro timi kabomi ade. But say if you aban mu ba say okay aban ba streaming platform ama the industry. Now we huni say okay manifesto ni ade na nemu na ko wi akire na say okay private individual no betena ha no say aban tro aban emu abia nim wa osi aban nim aban hu aban nim na la show you say ade say aban nim eno na aban so di san hom na ne say ade a me ba be ye ni eno ni ade say mo kana na ye na yeti ase
kwesi say what dey want
to change na platform so vice president or minister ho mo nyina makoje ade kenkenken na mo de je fans meanwhile ade private person so better say ade we emfa mo ho hwe
o there be o say you want 2 levels legs. First meeting I got involved was na Gamro for and me Gamro assemble because tamana me give president me kai say Gamro for start to go around 82 radio station mu enema me ne Rexoma mu ne hwa mu Kujo mu ne friends Abraham friends nyina share ye ne omotena say ye ni system bia ye de monitor into call radio hona so ko danika e captain na wo de enyuma boy ye no de na we de na mo so abo Shatawale enyuma na abo Stone Boy enyum into MPP manifesto na wo mu say we find ways to create a logging system for the industry. It's me meeting na me call Gamro for na ho no mo say omo ne nkofo ye di nkoma the same people omo GMS for say omo di nkoma na omo do point be they don't have the money and the government should support them to pay the money, and the vice president gave commitment and said government will pay that money for the industry. That same Kofona and almost say okay, they also have a streaming platform.
But when just cannot.
No, say Gamro dey launch it because Gamro dey login and there's a lot of stakeholder engagement that have to go on. Okay. Radio station phone also motia say we will no be the machine we share where you want. Say also who machine crow. Inti that stakeholder engagement no ye ne Giba. Me I'm an ex-president of Giba. Inti omoba kasa na me say look, let's bring Giba into the conversation because radio station phone so man tia say they will not accept the login system although it's coming from Gamro.
Okay.
Inti we realize that Gamro for Sukra Mrana on the age one paper has expired. And the vice president said immediately he's calling the attorney general to make sure that the Gamro issue is resolved. So that because there are people in the industry who say the Gamro that is currently existing, but the body in itself doesn't have the legal backing. Vice President promised them that. But even with the GMX, they will sign an agreement signed by the Minister of Tourism. There are 5 key areas. 1, national onboarding that will facilitate onboarding of some of the industry players. 2, anti-piracy measures. See, I don't know no be bo ye bonyu we abo say Ghana hwan no more enyum bi won say I don't say you a free platform. These are all pirate platforms. Into anti-piracy measures, no government has committed, say, through the Ministry of Tourism, they will engage NCA. Now, for most francophone, the two platforms, no, they can block those websites so that you can put opinion for free. Okay. That is part of government support, marketing support, and a regulatory support. These are things that government has committed to do to push the GMS agenda. It is a big platform say Nigeria, Ukraine, APA. No, ya can't ya be born ha na ya say oh abekwa can we meanwhile we know boom play if in Nigeria it's Ghana the
it's a Chinese yeah.
It was established in Nigeria. Shareholder in Nigeria in Ghana a friend so company be started with Hanum. That's a shareholders no yeah foreigners it's not a Ghanaian company. It's not a limited
it's actually a Chinese company but based in Hong Kong.
Oh Radinya Kupo. Okay. Or they move on.
Me say Chinese company is in Hong Kong.
Chinese company are the shareholders of it. It doesn't mean that the boom play was not established in Lagos. Let's situate the two.
Owners of company
Kempinski shareholders and as a moving pick. The shareholders
are the owners of the company.
But the thing was established in Ghana. Melcom and Ghanaian company.
I'm saying
Melcom and Ghanaian company.
Ghana company.
It will be because Melcom is India for the company, but it's a Ghanaian company. It's registered as a Ghanaian company. Okay, Niger Music and swear, and also, but it's even a moot point. Look, these platforms are there. Yes, there's an app that Google Niger Music. What's this here? Open crab in the media bedroom. My stream. I'm one chair. And you're free. App. And Niger Music is an app. Can I music no be
when you know does that answer the question about
no, but you see, the question that it answers the question of look, let's encourage,
sir,
because you see, at the end of the day, GMX, SOCDR, you can walk into their office. Their office is in North Legon or so. You can walk into their office. Some of these platforms, you can't see them. Why disappear? You don't know the owners, whatever it is. You put you in, you can't. I even hear some of them, they are not paying the musicians. So if a platform has come, now government is supporting, encouraging people who are creating. There was GMS no cry is a fact. Say you could sell your music on it, which platform will allow that now? None of their platforms there. Streaming near the advert frame. Streaming near the advert frame. So let's encourage innovation. Let's encourage Ghanaian. If it's an indigenous program, right, I will support it. And I believe that if we can build more of such indigenous platforms, no platform. WhatsApp, who send a message, go and a friend is saying new update. Or platform, you go and update. Charge GTP, go and update. Why? Because every platform that comes is improved to get to a point where it is a perfect solution. So yes, GMS may have its issues, but let's not bring it into the year of Nigeria Nibi. So Nigeria Nibi are Ghana to Nibi.
I think most of our comments, is inspired from say. And will be painting, but then I totally agree with you where you say we improve on some of these problems to make it a better solution. Yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, panel members on now. Mo final submission not just a
final submission. I just want to. It's been a while. I'm entertainment review, and
so what's by Joe?
Maboku Kobolo. Rakiani gifty. Maybe I'm movie and shut up because me say na mamba di anko mbekume. I almost say try. So I did it, and then within that period too, people used to DM me a lot. Why you not coming? I'm so we need BBA, but yeah, I'm here. So so because of the boy is listening to Jollof. Almost as I see me and I'm saying say which is which. Me famra now me famba. Anyway, so those who checked up on me, thank you very much. I'm grateful. Why?
All right, Socrates. Me bacho wrap it up.
Because and me da wasi say wa my kwan na yetimi abechire ni.
Say dey bia yema kwan.
Sometimes. Nti message my
na waka MPP agenda.
Now when you're backing vocalist.
Me da say and wa my kwan ni ensu abechire ni mu kakra. My sada at least Mr. Ajimai. GTA asemo me ba ne me maso pe enye GTA enye je mpacho ya pa ni choma no
kwesi de oyi minu ya no na so kwesi odi no ye ka no baby
me ba ne me di GTA agenda e famu pe na
but
your time na so
kwesi ya dasi pa George kwesi me nchira o say drama when I'm student drama first yina ne me kai no between 1996 to 1998, he won the best actor through that, and that is where he was on Earth from, the Student Drama Festival. George Kwe.
Okay, Tilly, final words.
OTA pa.
Finally, no. Paper now the buy now all kind points in the patch of part be so creative because last week done talk about Socrates GMX accept about collaboration. Ebisa say what is the input of the government to Socrates say I feel crowd no ni ho cry meeting no ni ho obi say
government give facilitation and anamu bi say me facilitation ben
then wa be cheche mu aka marketing ya de identify te ho ne ma no na ti ho ma MPP communicators no because eba no sa part na sankomo no achia pa and today so far matter say wo kan cheche mu into details what made the collaborative part of government in Ejuma eti patro to be man money photocopy also George Kwe Kran Mate yes as I said I was there trade fair what they are doing is a beautiful thing and I'll do an editorial on it on my page but I think you should know say something is coming and you say omugubu na say e bad they say ebubu ni sa akwa something is coming that hopefully it will serve the need in tia na
20,000 capacity.
Yeah, actually the standing capacity is 30,000.
Okay.
Oh, yes, please.
Until once a stone boy feel what and no now ucha 10 cities krana no wanyasika. See your biggest capacity 2,000 seater. Until they be our bunch or 100 cities.
How far with the amphitheaters too?
Tilly, your time is on.
Amphitheaters. Oh, me pacho.
1 minute. Ude 1 minute. Never wrap it up. Now for your time.
Me pacho. Tourism report. Tourism report. Now, Mr. Ajimakai, and also my.
Mr. Ajimakai, pacho 1 minute. Now, or final words. Now, yempong. Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, media me asidana me dema munyina na me srema industry industry me hear me pa say nyina be can boom as one. Ne how we build it together. Minimum say initiatives are yedi ato akwam niema yaye ne eguso ye Dr. Bawumiaba yebeto so but semititi say niema na ekwa I believe say we need to do more education, we need to engage more and so it's feedback that I've picked from this platform inti you better must say we mama ebre
yes yeah that say ukasa obeba no we antu nsafra one akasa obeba na waba inti ye that say you better ya pamfo na say till you kua nipa ye tina ye that say sanso na Socrates safo so ye da was me din di MCI ebo ene me na me ni Akosi Abwaji co-host me Akosi Abwaji co-host just me no a host the biggest entertainment show on radio entertainment review I have Peace 104.3 I think say Brandon I'm better to Minka, so welcome me, Bedasi.
That's my co-host, MC Yaya Boy, Senior Kino, so from Nakwa, Brano, Betsy says, we co-hosting the show together. Mumretino. Oyadia, mume huso oyadia. Wanya dia so mume huso wanya dia. So the first episode now you can my went my host program one.
Play some of coaches. You don't rate them and say.
Yeah, boy, idea, papa. Why idea?
And that is so great, fuck out.
Yeah, boy,
what you say, yeah, boy, idea. Then you have to find them. We got to get so. Good. Why I?
But me who said that who a unisu console no.
No, who console? So I said, yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
I hope so by a month's time the obe perfect.
But on top is even hard. Days I pick it up in Simon Kohona me.
So great show. I'm saying DC and MMA King David or the other demo Baba Chuaso. Salamat Painso, Isabella Danso is your 4 Peter Square. The usual suspect behind me. 16 November 2024. Yahania DC, it's a weekend. It's popping. Sir? Hey. Yeah. Okay. Time to go. And Kwanya, how do you want to see? I'm sure see the same shape you have been a day. Kwesi Abuaji. Make
presidential and parliamentary elections 2024.
What election 2024 hihye mono Electoral Commission by a special voting exercise. Ama security officers and central for any abattoir mayefo a when they was special voters register no so ya obeye adwuma e wa abattoir da 7 December no. Special voting exercise be baso wo centers a eye abattoir bia we yesi ho 276